I'm telling you, like I was not a Kobe guy. If you've been here since
Which is
episode 1, I was
surprising.
not a Kobe guy. And I come on and Dale has really pushed me to this ledge. LeBron comes on here holding me by my shirt off of this ledge. And I'm just like, just let me go. I'm ready to say it. Kobe Bryant might be the best basketball player of all time on so many different levels.
Starting getting started, the player choice way. Green light, supercharged, the player choice way. Got shot, got Jordan, got Dale, got Jay. Yeah, them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Hey, hey, it's the player choice way. Yeah, them boy gon' get it started, the player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.
Wow, I'm an idiot. Hello, chat. I was still in studio
That was a rare mess up from you, Jordan.
I never
happens.
I know, I never do that. Whoops. Well, here we are. Thank you, Metal Monday, for the gifted subs. Love you, brother. Big Reek, thank you for the sub. Happy Halloween, chat. Well, I guess almost Halloween for you guys tuning in live. And if you're watching this on Sunday, happy Halloween. What's up, Doug? Why are you laughing, bro?
It's just the way you said Happy Halloween. It was just, I like it.
Wait, are you guys a fan of Halloween?
I don't really care for Halloween anymore, but you know what? I'll be a tourist on
Celebrated
on Player's
Halloween
Choice today.
One time in my life, never again.
Who were you?
What did they put in your candy, Dub?
No, it's just I grew up in a Christian household, so we never did any of that.
That was the same.
Wouldn't you do all of that?
What does that have to do with Halloween?
Yeah, wouldn't you do?
I mean, it was like back then. It was really strict Christian household. So
same with me, though.
Oh, so
it was like it was cultish almost.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand.
Sometimes
that's how I grew up as well.
Yeah, sometimes you have some Christians that's just like really strict with everything, and to me, Halloween was always the devil. So
even if you dressed up as Jesus.
Yeah.
That was almost blasphemy.
Yeah. That's like white people doing blackface.
That's a great question too.
Jesus.
Yeah, my church didn't want us to watch Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you watched Harry Potter, right?
Wow, they're banning movies now.
He watched that sport movie.
Yeah. Of course. That's when I found out it was a sports movie. And I was like, it's a sports movie.
Why are we banning sports movies?
I wish you would have taken that back when we had the segment of taking stuff back.
Oh, that might have been on the list, but we'll never know. First off. Second off.
That's number one.
Is it? That's the number one walk back?
Yes.
I think they're coming out with a new Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's a floppy hat. You guys ever see the floppy bucket hats? It's just sitting on my head weird because of the headset. I'm a tourist. But I'm taking the hat off because it looks a little goofy. But I thought I'd wear it for you guys.
Yeah, you're not quite getting the response you thought that you were gonna get.
Well, I was just wearing it because if I didn't have the hat, then the outfit just literally looks like what I normally wear. So I had to have
I can't even see the outfit. Is it like Ace Ventura-ish?
I got the Hawaiian shirt, so yeah.
That's what's up. Before we go on, Dell wasn't here last week. Anytime I start talking in this voice, we know it's coming. Yo, do you hate like my apology voice?
No, it's actually one of my favorite voices of yours. That and the what are we talking about? Yo, top two.
Okay. All right. Before we move on, I had a few days to rewatch the episode with my son. For some reason he likes hearing us just talk. And the moment between me and Dub replayed, and I was like, you know what? That was wrong on so many different levels. It was handled poorly. I don't know I let my emotions get the best of me. Dale wasn't here. And I just got frustrated and I felt a certain type of way, especially when we talk about, oh, I'm the boss, this, and that, when we literally all created Player's Choice. We brought Dub on. And I don't think anybody felt slighted about that comment, but I didn't appreciate the way that I came at you, Dub. So this is an open apology to you, and I hope you accept my apology. That's my bad, bro.
Nah, I don't accept it, bro.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
It's like, nah, it's all right, bro. Don't worry about it.
And it wouldn't be us if did answer and say he didn't accept it. This is why I don't think when you said it, he took it seriously, because it's just that
I just didn't want
sibling-
to. Yeah, I didn't want the lines
No, I
to be
know.
blurred about like Shaq is just out here
Right.
dunking on people. No, I'm not into that. When we started this podcast, this is where I get into my "we are not the same" spiel. I need like a few seconds every time.
You're not Joe
This
Budden?
is why we're. You said what?
You're not Joe Budden?
Yeah, I'm not Joe. But we started this podcast to be different from every other podcast. And to run Dub's story back, he came on a few months ago, probably like 3 or 4 months ago. Maybe like 5 or 6 at this point.
Damn.
But he just stitched a TikTok. He came on one episode, and I don't think he's missed an episode yet.
He won't leave, bro. It's like, what? Heck, bro.
That's also thanks to you guys for inviting me and everything. So again, I do appreciate the opportunity. When you said that last week, like, trust me, I know how heated debates can get. So I know when you send it, you probably didn't mean it in a wrong way, which is why I didn't take it as that. So everything's all
Your
good.
cup,
Water.
Okay.
Nah, not today.
So much love being spread on the podcast today, and it's so fitting being that it's episode 69. What?
That's crazy, Jamie. Wow. Wow.
What? We're just 69 episodes in. It's crazy that we're this far in,
And coming from you, it makes it even more fire.
Oh, yeah, no, that was kind of crazy.
What do you mean?
Producer of the show.
What are you talking
I see
about?
we're straddling lines here.
I'm not straddling any lines.
Straddling, that's a funny word to bring up right now.
On episode 69, yeah, why not? What?
What was that? You made me lose my train of thought. I have quite a few things to say.
Here, I'll start. Thank you, Jack Band and FT Vari, for subbing and gifting a sub. Wow. Very generous.
That's a fact.
Very generous.
If you're ever
69. Go ahead.
If you're ever in Greece, I never thought, like, at this point in time in my life, there's few things where I'm like, wow, that could become a staple of my life. And Fredo cappuccinos I've only ever got it in Greece. I'm sure it's a Greek thing, but it's an amazing drink on so many different levels.
I've never heard of a Fredo cappuccino.
Exactly. You know how you just find something like, wow, I can't believe I went my whole life without this and had no idea. But I experienced that a lot with a lot of different cultural backgrounds. In Dale too, many places that we played, they always got some type of spin on something we do in the States. And it's usually better.
Where does this cappuccino frappuccino thing stem off of from? Because I don't like coffee. I don't drink coffee at all. So when it comes to anything I think is related to coffee, I stay away from. So where did this whole frappuccino cappuccino thing come from? I don't understand.
Dub, we need to sit you down and just put a bunch of different coffees in front of you.
No.
Dude.
No.
That's a We Are Not the Same episode.
Bro. Man.
Bro, I hate coffee. My grandmother drank coffee every single day. I hated the smell of it.
And if you guys see the panel, there's no LeBron. So I'm feeling like it's going to be a long day for me.
LeBron quit. So you'll never see LeBron again.
Yeah, LeBron quit. We banned his suits and he didn't like it. What else? I swear to you. I had an amazing 2 days off.
Days off of what?
No practice, because we're having such a good start to the season that we just got a couple of days to decompress. What did we play? We just played. Why am I drawing this blank? Jordan, who did we just play?
You played.
Oh, Fenerbahce. I'm tripping.
And then before them though,
Alba,
Siva's,
Berlin.
Yeah, I was gonna say Peyton Siva's old team, right?
Yeah. And Fener has a really good team. I don't know if you guys heard of Nando De Colo, but he's one of my favorite players in the history of EuroLeague. And I asked him to do an interview for We Are Not the Same. I think Dale knows he's muted. I asked him to do an interview for We Are Not the Same. And Nando De Colo played on the French team. They got silver. And I also played with Mustafa Fall, that was also on that French team, absolutely pummeling Draymond Green. But that's a story for another day. He's like 7'5". But Nando said, I don't think his English is the best, so I don't think he wanted to be on the spot like that. But I've seen interviews of Nando on YouTube, and I feel like we could have got through it. And I feel like it would have been an amazing interview. And then I asked Marko Guduric, who played for the Grizzlies last year,
who also tried to hit that game winner on you,
who tried to hit the game winner, who had a really good look at that, who looks just like Jordan as well,
off the back rim. And I called it, bro. You guys were in the timeout, and I said Guduric is about to cast here in the Discord.
Bro, I seen him catch it and take that dribble. I just start running at him like, please see this whack throw out the side in your peripheral throw you off. I'm whispering to him, we are not the same. We are not. So I think the universe.
He's like, oh, that's catchy, and then he bricked it.
Hey, is that the show you were gonna? Yeah. No, but during the timeout, he came up to him and was like, bro, Shaq, I'm sorry I couldn't make your episode, but when we come back to play Pana, I would love to do the episode with you. And it was just kind of one of those moments. I was like, dang, you didn't even have to say that. So shout out Guduric. That was special. That he acknowledged that, just because it's like guys are busy in their hotel rooms doing a lot of things. I don't even know if I would want to do a We Are Not the Same episode if somebody approached me, but I would do it. Especially if it was another player. So I said all that to say, these are the type of everyday conversations that I'm having in between the podcasts. I don't know what these other podcasters are doing. I know they're potting twice a week. They're potting twice a week. We've ramped it up to 3.
Do you know what Dell said? How he said that, what are we talking about, yo, is like his favorite thing. I love hearing that. I don't know what these other podcasters are doing, but this is what we're doing. That's funny as hell.
We really get it in over here. So the episodes are before match. We're undefeated. It's the night before, and it's already sticky situations, me asking guys, but it's the night before. But guys have been good about it. So episode 2 is about to drop here soon. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow, the next day. It's about a Seattle Supersonic legend and his son, and it's a crazy story of him talking about his father. And him talking about how he sold his dad sold his mansion to Bill Gates while Bill Gates' mansion was being built. So it's a lot of cool story. What is Bill Gates' wife's name? Melinda?
Yeah.
You said what?
Mm-hmm. Wait, can I ask you who it is, or you just gonna say
they are filing for divorce or divorce now though, right?
Yeah, but he's I guess. For sure.
Former Miss Gates. Yeah.
Former. But he's just calling her Melinda, and I'm like, what is going on? He's looking at me like, nobody, we are not the same.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, touche.
You know what? I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll let you post. I won't ask. I'll ask you separately.
I'll text you. I'll text you in the chat.
Gotcha.
Or in the group. And they're asking, are we going to do another 2K sim? I hope so, because I miss it.
I miss it too. Okay, really quick before we actually get started. Deshaun Stuff, thank you for the sub. Big Roan, shout out to you for gifting a sub to the community. So many generous people today. And Dell created today's doc. So if you were looking for fireworks today, I think you just might get it. All right. Does anyone want to say anything else before we get into it?
I love how Dale's doc, like, I just know going into it how drastically different it would be from anybody else's doc.
Oh, yeah, it's for sure. This is only a doc you get if Dell makes the doc, you know?
The first topic, giving Joakim Noah his flowers, just a dash next to it. Like, I love
That's
it.
not mine.
Oh, my bad.
Those are suggestions from the masses. We're only picked one from those.
Yeah, we only picked one from that, but we can.
Is this from your group? I will go through all of these.
Dell's minions.
His Dell minions.
Yeah, Dell's minions.
These are the what is it called? What's our topic called? When we the care or don't care topics.
Yeah.
I want the LeBron topic, and very good there. I love
it's there. It's in there. I put it in there, Dell.
Okay.
Also, can we start to create a segment? I don't know on the back end how difficult this is for you, Jay. Can we start doing like verses for outfits, since we're going to be getting crazy outfits all year long with NBA players?
Ooh, okay.
Clothing?
Yeah, they're wearing. I seen it on Instagram. I was like, that's nice.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's talk about that off the show. I mean, it's obviously
Yeah,
an easy
it's more work.
segment, but like the display of it, yeah, we can figure it.
And also, gosh, never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, we're gonna start the show, but one more before we get started. Static Mark gifting 5 subs to the community. Thank you so much.
You're
and
going
then
crazy.
We got Mr. Wilson, first time chatter over here, watching from Huntsville, Alabama. Trey God gifting
with the
5. My God, if you're listening, if you are not watching this on YouTube, or maybe you do not know about Twitch, you're able to subscribe to the channel, and you're also able to gift subs to the channel. And today, everyone is going nuts, so that's why we're acknowledging all the kind people in the chat. But let's get into the show. First of all, happy Halloween if you are watching this or listening to this on Sunday, day of Halloween. Welcome back to another episode of Players' Choice, the #1 place to be for NBA hot takes and flop takes. Shout out to all of you in the chat right now, live on Twitch. Thank you to everyone for your continued support. If you want to support us, please like this video, rate and review the podcast, and tap in the comments on each topic.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Hit it.
I love our Spotify and Apple listeners so much.
Okay, if you're not in our Discord,
Yeah,
make sure you join to stay tapped in with the community and what's going on in the world of Players' Choice. If you want to contribute to Players' Choice,
I know.
something to offer to the team, email us at info@smck77.tv. Last, Shaq, before you soliloquy, if you still haven't checked out the website, smck77.com, make sure you check it out. Maybe cop yourself some casual merch. All right, Shaq.
Gotcha. I know. I wanted to address the Cash App situation. A lot of you guys, overwhelmingly enough, sent me your ideas. Your IDs, and it was my DMs are nuts right now. By the way, I sent it to a bunch of people, but they stopped me at $900, and I can't link any card to my Cash App right now to send out the last 100. I think it's like $120. But I gave away like 800. So, a few people received it. So if I didn't get to you, I'm going to try. But if not, we're just going to have to wait for the next one.
So what you're saying is you're broke?
Yeah, it's a joke.
All right.
But it was interesting to see so many people DM.
That's fine.
And we have a huge college fan base. You
just weren't aware. They're just starting to come out. I was
aware, but some guy was like, he messaged me and was like, is the giveaway still going on? I was like, yeah, what's your Cash App? And he was like, oh, nothing. You replying is enough for me. And I just logged off the app, went to my room and cried.
Wow. Wow, man.
Because I love our fan base so much.
Beautiful. Yo, Ron the Don 98 viewer, college viewer from Louisiana Tech. Shout out.
We need a sponsor with Chegg. Isn't that the book company that supplies college kids with rentals and loans?
What the hell?
Rip my mic.
They have an affiliate program. You guys could use our affiliate link.
Wait, what's going on with
order and rent your books? Oh.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, we hear you.
What is George saying, bro? I hate George so much. I'm just kidding, George. I love you.
George trolling?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Topic number 1. Again, Dell made this doc, so these are going to be incredible.
Can I say one more thing, Jordan? I know I just got one more thing to say. We need to, what I want to do, Jordan, I want viewers, because they sent me the IDs. I want viewers to start making bingo cards on a loose leaf piece of paper, put whatever they want on there and see if they can get a bingo and the winner gets something.
Okay, they're just
so you can put Ben Simmons, Shaq saying, what are we talking about?
Create it, Shaq. We have to create it. Otherwise, they cheat.
No. They create it and they create however they want to. They put the spots wherever they want to put them.
Yeah, I know, but literally you just listen and then start writing as you say stuff.
No. You send it before the show in the Discord, so we have receipts.
Ah, smart. All right, moving forward. Make sure you send in bingo cards before the show starts.
Fun.
That would be fun. All right.
Dale saying, I don't remember. I don't remember that fact. I don't remember those stats. What are you talking about?
Dell getting amnesia. That will be one of the squares.
I don't get amnesia ever.
All right. Topic number 1. Are the new foul rules exposing players like James Harden, for example, for who they really are?
Dale, I'm glad this is on the docket. Dale, I have a question for you that's completely non-related. Amazing topic, by the way. Amazing topic. But do you think James Harden is like a really good player?
I think he's a top 10 player ever.
Okay. So with him, because all I'm seeing is everybody, clowning on Twitter about his stats. Let's forget about his last game against the Pacers. He had an amazing game, but before that, it's just kind of weird to see him with KD and him not playing like he normally would play, per se, a Chris Bosh or a Kevin Love that you always bring up when they play with other superstars. Their stats go down.
I knew this was going, but continue.
No, I just want your comments on that, because I'm looking around. I'm like, well, what do you guys want James Harden to do? He's playing with one of the best players to ever play the game. He kind of has to submit.
But he doesn't submit, though. That's the difference.
I think he does. He defers.
No, you don't look at James Harden and say his game looked completely different than he did when he's been with Houston, other than he's not making the same shot, and he's a little slower because he's getting back into his type of shape. Because it's the same, and this is not their first time playing together, 1. 2, they played together last year before he got hurt, and he was...
We don't have a lot of footage of those two on the court over the last 2 years. I mean, we're getting it in real time, but they both were injured quite a bit. And I seen the funniest tweet when James Harden said he's getting back in shape. They were like, "What do you mean? We seen you with Lil Baby all summer."
No,
I mean, he's been in New York, man. New York's a great place to be. So, awesome. he's probably been living it up.
So you're trying to push the new narrative that it's hard to play with KD for James Harden like Kevin Love, a la Chris Bosh.
What I'm gonna do is, because #we are not the same. James Harden's trainer is a trainer right now. When he got on, I was one of his first clients ever. If you go to his gym, he's sponsored by Adidas. I'm up on the wall dunking the ball. Arizona State, we used to work out together. So I get all the inside scoops, like him traveling to China with Khloe Kardashian and James Harden. I actually have a really good interview that I probably should post to the channel because it's an amazing interview with James Harden's trainer. But I maybe should text him and say, how is James feeling right now?
What do you think he'll say?
Text James, and I might do that. That was just nothing but a stunt. The foul rules, I feel like they're affecting Trae Young, but I also feel like the refs aren't calling fouls for him as well. I feel like it's so intentional.
It seems like they
don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah,
exactly.
I agree, and it feels like, and I think it feels like this because James Harden is so used to getting these calls, is that he feels like he's the poster boy. He feels like he's the poster boy of this change, right? And it is being made an example of. But also he exploits it so much that's why it looks.
He got hacked.
Was that
I sent in our chat. He got hacked.
Which one?
You just gonna let that triple entendre? You're gonna let that triple entendre go over their heads?
Which one?
The refs don't know where to draw the line.
Oh, come on!
That was a bar.
There's only 2 rappers in this chat.
That was a bar.
JD just said a good one with the 69, but other than that, he's not known for those.
Nuts.
He's not
that was like.
Those.
That was only Fanish. Yeah, that was crazy.
All right, I was very impressed with that.
He's been waiting 68 episodes to get that off.
All right, it's from 1, which I have a picture of, like an episode when we did I'll tell that later. But Dub, what do you think about the foul thing? Because I know you sometimes like James Harden and you hate him most of the times.
I don't hate James Harden. It's just we're not gonna get into
whatever you say. You don't hate somebody and then say it's just.
No, it's just your view on James Harden I don't agree with.
James, Shaq, and LeBron.
But with the new foul rules, I just think I don't think it's that serious. James Harden, there is some calls, like you said, where the refs don't know where to draw the line, but going off of what JD is saying, I believe that they are making an example out of him. to promote James Harden, like, yo, just worry about getting the bucket first and worry about the fouls later. So I say probably in the next few weeks, we're going to be seeing the same James Harden we've been seeing the years before. It's just an adjustment period. And same thing with Trae Young, same thing with all the guys that everyone's saying they're struggling without getting fouls. It's not that. It's that they're used to getting these calls and they're not. So now it's just, they're just going to have to get to a bucket. And they're going to get to a bucket.
Honestly, I had a point in my mind just now, like before the show, thinking of seeing all the stuff on Instagram. And I was like, can James Harden score the ball? Like that was like, it flashed in my mind because I'm like, why is he not scoring as efficiently as he was? And I mean, I know he gets to the free throw line crazy, or he used to. And now that he can't, I'm like, but he still can get buckets without getting to the free throw line.
It's just he's worried about getting those same calls. And it's like, bro, you cannot worry about that. Just worry about getting to your bucket.
Them defenders looking a little bit more athletic than back in his day. These young boys coming up, he getting older, and the defense is getting younger, longer, faster, stronger, and more athletic. So it's not like you can just continue to shoot that regular form, because it's like, okay, I may not get fouled, but if somebody's closing out, just in your mind, you're like, I got to change up something because they're about to block this. Even if they may not, that's just the psyche of a jump shooter when somebody's running down at you. And he may think it's a foul, but no, they're barreling down on you, stretching their arms and moving and contorting their body last second, and they're not touching you. So, I mean, either shoot the ball regularly.
Well, there was a play with Bam and James Harden where James Harden had him beat in my eyes. And
is it the one we sent to the chat?
Yes, that's the one y'all sent to the chat. It was a foul. It was a foul, but you could see how James Harden, instead of worrying about getting to the bucket, you could see him try to draw the foul a bit.
What one are we talking about, Dub? Are we talking about the first or the second one? The second one was
JD,
the steal.
you don't think it's a foul?
The second one was Jimmy Butler. The second one with Jimmy Butler stealing that, I don't think that was a foul. The one with Bam Adebayo where
that was not a foul.
James had him beat. It was a foul. It's just you could see James Harden draw the foul, which is why it wasn't called.
Bro, it's not a foul.
That was a foul because when he pulled up for the shot, Bam's arm was right there.
You can't reach across a player's body.
Listen, his arm was there. Just like if your body's here, your body's there, right? So he's drawing the foul by he's creating that contact. That's why it's not a foul.
So it's an offensive foul?
I think it's not an offensive foul. It's a no call because he's drawing the contact, and that's
what you're saying. What I just said. You're saying what I just said, that they didn't call it because James Harden drew the foul,
right?
Instead of just getting to the bucket. It's still a foul at the end of the day because Bam's arm isn't supposed to be there.
What are you?
I don't know why the league would purposely. This is the only sport where the league just tries to pick on players after a couple of years of them taking advantage. In football, you can call audibles. You can. What's the word that I'm looking for?
This is a bad.
You can outsmart players in other sports very easily. In baseball, you can do it in football. So I feel like if it's an art of drawing a foul, which James Harden is clearly good at, I don't understand why, if I jump into you and you're right there, I should get that foul call. I hate this rule change.
It's an exploit. It's exploiting the system.
So
I feel like every sport.
So it's not you guys' favorite word? It's not basketball like you?
No, you're exploit. It's a terrible exploit of the game.
I feel like, okay, but they could have drew
That's
it back.
Interesting, JD.
They could have just reeled it in my opinion. Maybe you just get the ball on the side, you don't get free throws. Maybe they eliminate the free throw. Ben Simmons would be a superstar.
That would be a even nastier line of trying to figure out if it's a shooting foul or not.
Could you imagine basketball without free throws?
But Shaq,
oh my God.
You just get the ball on the sideline.
But Shaq, D-Wade used to do this, when I used to watch him, we're jumping into the defender, where Kobe
did it a lot too.
Yeah, that's not something that's natural. They're doing something out of their comfort zone in order to get that free throw. And I think that's why the rules are in place, because you're doing something that if you was a wide open, you're not jumping into somebody if you're wide open. You're just going to take a
the jump in. I don't agree with the jump in, but if somebody's in my vicinity, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
So it's not basketball IQ then?
It 100% is.
It is,
because only a few guys can do it.
Right. To be honest, I don't know how to draw fouls really. When I play in Europe, I don't go to the free throw line a lot. It's like but as a European, their best thing is they know how to draw fouls, and I think that's a gift. Like you're taught that. And that's not, you guys say IQ for everything else, but this is not IQ. What is this, exploit now?
Sure, you can say it's IQ, but it's still exploiting. They're being
right, and they
smart
use that word on offense. People be like, "Yo, look at LeBron. He has great IQ." Dave just said the other day he knows how to exploit the mismatch.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah, why does the league pick on two players? It's partially the refs' fault because no rookie's coming in and getting that. Only superstars are getting these calls regularly. How they were. Granted, they have the ball a lot, but I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of hacks.
George is good at it.
Dale, you said exploit the mismatch. A mismatch is something that just happens in basketball. Like that's something that naturally happens. But something like
okay, you naturally fall for a pump fake.
You fall for a pump fake, but when you're literally jumping into somebody to get that, that's something that's not natural.
You can fall for a pump fake, and I could go up and not look like I'm deliberately jumping into it and still be called a foul. Like not, I don't have to fully lean.
Yeah.
Halfway lean to get me a foul.
But sometimes these players are fully leaning into the shot.
And the fully lean, okay, I understand those, but all the plays we sent when they're reaching in and all those stuff, those are because it's James Harden, because those are fouls. Even last year, I remember we was on the show, we had to argue a LeBron James and Draymond Green foul because Shaq thought Draymond was trying to hurt LeBron. It was nasty.
Draymond and Chris Paul hate LeBron on the basketball court.
It was
love him off the court.
That's true.
No, so I'm sorry. It's bad. And like you said, in about 2 or 3 weeks, it's gonna level off a lot, I believe.
I have two things. Which sport has the worst refs? I feel like no other sport can be dictated like the game of basketball by referees.
NFL
and I don't even think it's close.
NFL gets pretty bad as well, though.
It's
tough between those two.
NFL that much, but I know Drew Joyce because he messed up a perfect game, so that was nasty.
I feel like
that's a good debate.
Baseball is subjective when they're calling balls and strikes.
But you know that with the umpire, that's based off of the umpire, but I agree. But it's not like they can call something out of bounds because clearly there's a foul line and it's either in or out. And rarely do they go to that to even have to make that judgment call. But in the league, literally you can come up and a ref could just be having a bad day or not like you. And it's going to be real weird to see how Damian Lillard's about to get villainized this year because he comes out with this freestyle. And I don't know if this was on the doc, but he comes out with this freestyle where he's rapping, basically putting a middle finger up to the journalist. So he's not making first, second, or third team unless he plays out of his mind.
Interesting take. Let's go, JD.
Are you guys off this?
He has to play well too. And I'm also in the midst of creating an argument that Kobe Bryant might be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh my God.
Are you gonna really jump that far?
I'm telling you, like I was not a Kobe guy. If you've been here since episode 1, I was not a Kobe guy. And I come on and Dale has really pushed me to this ledge. LeBron comes on here holding me by my shirt off of this ledge. And I'm just like, just let me go. I'm ready to say it. Kobe Bryant might be the best basketball player of all time on so many different levels.
I would love to hear this.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, he won some championships in one of the hardest eras.
Can you get into this a little bit? I'm curious. I credit that for another day because I kind of want to.
I mean the Kobe and Shaq.
I would love to.
Who would you rather want? Kobe and Shaq, or MJ's whole entire roster? Because let's not act like Kobe and them like they had some squads, but I still feel like MJ had a better team.
I would rather have Kobe Shaq.
I would too.
I think
that. I'm just saying.
However.
Yeah, I mean, but if you got 3 or 4 guys that can equal up to Shaq's presence, I'm just saying, I feel like it's something to talk about.
Okay, so your dynamic of Kobe and Shaq together, you don't feel like many teams could beat that team just because how Shaq and Kobe was together.
I mean, they were nice together.
Right.
It was smooth, but so was Scottie, Dennis, and MJ. It's like a lot of people would take that trio versus Kobe and Shaq.
I don't think they're wrong for saying that. And Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman could do his own against Shaq.
I honestly feel like Kobe and Shaq might win 5 or 6 championships in the 90s and beat Jordan a few times.
If they don't have Dennis,
I could never go against Mike 90s, and it's only because.
Just like if you gave MJ Shaq, then it's a different story.
Mike was so like Mike. We'll get into Mike, I think, of course, but Mike was just so dominant, bro. Like the
I
fact
feel like
that
it was an easier era though.
no, the fact that bro, he left. Like let's.
But yeah. I'm with you.
The
I'm
leave and come
with
back
you on
and
that.
win in 3 is just ridiculous to me, bro.
It goes to show you how easy it was. No, I'm not trying to discredit Mike for anything.
But if you think
while continuously discrediting him.
Yeah, I don't respond to the buttons no more.
Can't you make the argument that MJ just made it look that easy?
I said that to him before.
Mean,
I don't.
He for sure did make it look easy, but I just feel like this is how I feel. I feel like MJ's entire run was this scripted movie that it was just like, wow, MJ, you really answered the bell on that one. Like this could not have been written more perfectly. Like this was an amazing career.
Greatness, though, but that's to show his greatness, though.
It was nice
because as you can say, he dominated the era because it was easier. Braun went to 8 finals, bro, and but
the thing with Braun is for me. The more and more that he gets to the finals and doesn't win, the more and more that the argument is being tainted. So he's opening up the door for 50 years from now for people to say LeBron was so amazing, but he lost so much. We do that with old superstars or old guys from back in the day that never won.
Jack, you know what's
so it's
crazy?
Like, yeah.
You started when the inception of Player's Choice. Kobe wasn't even in your top 10. Then he creeped into your top 10 eventually. And now you're ready
I
to
can be convinced.
Jump off the ledge to put him at 1?
Because I don't know if it's the nostalgia, but every time I see a highlight, I'm like, yo, this guy was insane.
Mm-hmm. He was. How many points do you think he's averaging in this era?
Bro,
it
don't
depends.
do this, Shaq, because you said Michael Jordan averaged.
Shaq, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Kobe is for sure more built for this era. But no, I agreed that MJ will average a 30 piece. I agreed with that.
I think Kobe Kobe was in this era, like basically, like he retired 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind of did his
he
thing.
left. He left with 60 on one leg.
Yeah, that's a fact. And that's what it like his Shaq leaving him and him winning 2 more is where I'm just like completely on board for that. I just am because I don't know if Scottie leaves MJ, I don't think he ever wins another championship.
And people don't credit Kobe that as soon as he got help, he went to 3 straight finals. As soon as they got Paul Gasol and the guys, they went to 3.
But we can't take away from Paul Gasol because he was a maniac too.
Yeah, we're not taking that. He's a Hall
Ron
of Fame,
Artest and Andrew Bynum, all them guys was great. But I'm just saying, as soon as he got help, he went to 3 straight finals. That's great.
Yeah. Well, we'll save that for another day.
Let's, well, maybe not, because we're going to get into topic number 2. Who dominated the NBA more, LeBron James or Michael Jordan?
It's 2 different shows. There's Hollywood and there's Broadway. You can go to a Broadway person, they're gonna be like, plays are the best thing on earth. Have you seen Cats on Ice? Have you seen what's the last one? Hamilton? Have you there's play people, and then there's the movie buffs like Dale. And then you got Star Wars, you got the Harry Potters. MJ made it look really easy. He for sure dominated more than LeBron. And it's not even close. But I can see why a LeBron person would say LeBron, because statistically, it wasn't even close as far as LeBron, but MJ sat out years. But
what do you consider domination then?
I mean, like you said, MJ made it look so easy. Yeah, Dale, I see what you're doing with these topics. And until you bait me all the way in, I'm nibbling. I'm nibbling, but I'm not there yet.
I just want to find out. I just want full conversations about a lot of stuff we talk about. And I'm just here for it.
The thing is, I wish social media was around when MJ was here. I really do. Because LeBron gets literally critiqued for every little thing that it makes it so even if you love LeBron, there's so many things that you can hate about him, so you're indifferent about everything that he does, just in my opinion. Because I'm a LeBron guy, then I see something and it rubs me the wrong way. We never kind of got that with MJ. He was out here gambling, smoking, doing whatever else, and we never even got to hear about it until now. So he kind of never looked like a villain ever. And MJ, I don't know.
No, that
Well,
was
you-
that was in the tabloids and stuff, in the newspapers.
Yeah,
For
but I
sure.
mean, it's not like now
but
though.
this
It's
is
not
the thing.
trending.
This
You
is
got to
the
go get a
thing with-
paper.
Right.
This is the thing with Braun fans that I don't like. Like, just because people criticize his game doesn't mean that they're coming for him. They're looking at his game, and this is just how they feel. They take the negatives and like, all right, they put that into him. Nobody comes at LeBron's off the court at all. Even when I don't like LeBron at all. I will never say off the court, bro. He's the perfect athlete. If you think of everything off the court, as in opening up schools, his stance on social
Mhm,
issues.
mhm,
He's
mhm,
never
mhm.
been in trouble. No scandals or nothing like that. He's
But we got to
perfect.
credit a lot of that to Rich Paul.
Oh, you can as well. I'm
I
just
think
saying
the
that when
majority goes to Rich Paul.
when people criticize LeBron, they're criticizing his game, and Braun fans just can't take people criticizing LeBron's game. I don't understand why they can't take it.
Dub, there's
If
a
you're
lot of
asking me
evidence
who's a better
stacking
bat-
up against you about players going to Miami and leaving Miami, and your opinion on them.
Oh,
Wait, what is
Shaq.
it?
Yeah,
There's a
every
lot
player
of
that
evidence
does.
stacking up
But
against you, Dub.
I keep telling you guys, I don't hate Shaq. I just don't. I already told you, I don't hate Shaq like that. He's a top 10 player in my eyes. It's just when
W, you had
when
some stands though for your stands last episode in the comments, in the YouTube
for
comments.
what shit for who Shaq?
No, yeah, for no, for your superstar argument.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. That's just
So, who's more important, the superstar or
the X factor
the
player.
supporting cast?
I think with
And
your
who
guys,
you think is more important?
I'm
Me
always
or-
going the supporting cast.
I just think it's
And
a
I
superstar.
probably fell asleep by this time, but what was the analysis?
I was saying that your best player is always your most important player because you have to rely on him night in and night out to put up those best player type of numbers. And then
So who went against that?
I did
Zero Hezzy
because
and Shaq.
Giannis, I literally seen Giannis put up the same exact stats the entire game, but KD had to deal with PJ Tucker. And in PJ Tucker interview, he said, I knew Kevin Durant was going to drop 50, but it was my job to sit there and annoy him. If you don't have a guy like that, the Bucks, you aren't winning the championship. In both Middleton and
your
Giannis
stance
can
was-
both go crazy.
Oh, okay.
You
Interesting.
didn't
Even
bring
if
that
Drew,
one up.
if you don't have Drew, I mean, I'm just saying it's a lot of situations like that. Even with
But
Klay Thompson,
Shaq,
if
you're
Klay
not
Thompson's not on the court.
crediting you're not crediting Giannis in those series for putting up Giannis types of numbers so
no,
that
as a
PJ Tucker and Drew
uh-huh.
Holiday could just fill in those X factor type of
No,
roles.
PJ Tucker. No. PJ Tucker doesn't have any type of role other than annoying Kevin Durant. So we go to the next
Shaq,
round. He's not out there scoring.
It's by far the superstar. It's not even close.
I
It's
think
not
it
even
could be. I think
No,
on both ends it could be like
Because
that.
PJ Tucker don't get the chance to guard Kevin Durant if the superstar is not there anyway.
1,000%. But we know that Giannis is going to go out there and get 30.
And that's why it's
Defenses
the most
can't stop
important.
that. You just seen what Anthony Edwards said. We can't stop that. We could just hope for the best.
Exactly.
That's
can't
why
stop
That's
it.
the most important.
But he
you can't
scored
stop
40
it.
and they still lost.
So what is annoying someone if you annoy them to 50 points?
I mean, the whole series, you're sitting there nagging and making it tough for them.
No, I get
I mean,
it.
so-
I get it.
I mean,
get it.
it's like if PJ Tucker isn't
All
on
right,
that
put it
team, they
this
don't
way. Put it this
advance.
way. Let's say KD get hurt instead of Kyrie, right? How does
Mhm.
that series go? Does it still go to 7 games?
With a healthy Kyrie and James Harden?
No, just Kyrie. James Harden wasn't healthy. Just Kyrie.
Oh, no.
Be honest. Shaq.
It could. It could potentially if Kyrie just gets in his bag. I've seen Kyrie be a scoring machine, especially in those
he
type of
could be a scorer.
situations.
Just answer the question. How far do you think it goes?
I think Kyrie can. What was the series when he went down? It was 2-1. It was 1-1, 2-1.
2-2.
They were up
Well,
2-1.
it was 2-2 that game. The game he lost. maybe
Kyrie's
2-2.
getting one more. Yeah, Kyrie's getting one more.
He's
And it's
getting
going
a
to
win?
7. He's getting one more win
Oh.
for sure.
Okay.
After it's 2-2. Kyrie's not
Oh.
getting swept.
I think they
Nor
lose
do
in
I think-
6.
I don't think they get a game.
I think they lose in 6.
Wait, Del,
I don't think that Kyrie could replicate the type of performances that KD had and what was it, game 5 or game 6 where he had 40
Game 5
minutes?
and 7.
Game 5
5
and-
lost
and-
7.
And then in game 7, he put on a great performance. It's just his foot was too big.
But to my point, this is what I'm trying to say. Kyrie is the secondary option, and he couldn't win without him. KD still got all of his stats, and Kyrie goes down and he couldn't advance.
We're not negating that.
They're important. We're not negating the importance, but they're not.
I feel like okay.
Fish.
Okay, I feel like both of them are the exact same.
Okay.
One's 100% this way, and the other's 100% this way.
You would rather have pocket aces or ace king?
I for sure want pocket aces.
Okay.
But Dale, I've seen you go all in with pocket fours.
It doesn't matter. Some days.
I've seen you go in with queen 5 and get queen 5-5 on the flop. I wanted to flip the table that day.
There's no way.
Oh my God. It was probably the sickest hand. I'll never forget that hand. On my deathbed, I'll be like, I cannot believe the poker gods gave Dale that hand.
That queen 5 was
it was
crazy.
an all in. It was an all in. And I was handicapped.
I would have been livid.
Dale,
I
know what your answer is, but I just want to hear your explanation of why Michael Jordan dominated the NBA more than LeBron James.
Well, it's not even close, to be honest, and of course you knew that. But from a 10-year span, bro, like honestly, well, let's say the 6 years, from 1991 till his first championship to him retiring and coming back and winning 3 championships. You see how hard that is for some, like, to get one. And then watching The Last Dance made me remember those
That's
times.
why it's not close. Yeah.
Watching The Last Dance and making me remember in those times is like, yo, damn. Like damn. Like, don't, the NBA was, of course, it was different. It was right now, I feel right back then it was more basketball. Right now, I think it's more basketball and entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's like really like more of a show. Like them Pistons, the Jordan Bulls and Jazz series, it was like really hooping. You look at the scores, it was like 88 to 82. It was like them dudes was really like muscling. So when I watch The Last Dance over, I'm like, yeah, this dominance is just different. Like, and Bron dominated the league too, but a lot of people won on LeBron James' watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
like,
come on, it's not the same type of league though. Because if you put the top 4 teams, let's say in the last decade, if you put the top 4 teams back into the 90s, I think they're in the Final Four with Jordan every single year. It'd be the same teams. They would dominate.
Who would be the top 4 teams to you?
I mean, Golden State's team with KD would take MJ's.
Honestly,
it'd get. I'm not even going to tell you what he would do.
KD's Warriors from this era, I don't know. That might be the only team where I could like scratch, because that team was muscle. Like that was the only like goddamn. But who else?
I feel like that KD and Russ, the year that they lost, that was a really good team.
No, they're not
in that era. Back in that era.
I don't see that. Honestly, I don't see that team beating the Stockton and Malone Jazz. Honestly, I don't.
Oh, who do you think had a better career? John Stockton or Dwayne Wade?
Oh, I usually see my comments. That guy from Portland, whatever he was arguing, I agree with the John Stockton take 100%.
Who's sports fluent?
And when that came up, I was mad I wasn't there to back him up. And it's because, let's be honest, of course, D Wade first chip, okay, and then Bron came the same way you want to say you don't like Shaq rings dub because you're a Wade fan. But yeah, he got that one chip, all right? Then he's talking about a man's career now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's the all-time leader in steals and assists. D-Wade has nothing on that.
I don't care. I promise you.
That's mainly due to, that's a longevity achievement. That really is. He was a great defensive.
Okay, D-Wade
and then let's keep it real.
Not have that.
And let's keep it real. Keep it real. How much did John Stockton benefit from playing with Karl Malone? How much did John Stockton benefit from playing with Karl Malone? Karl Malone finished second all-time.
You guys are nuts right now. You guys are Dale.
How much did Malone benefit from playing with John Stockton?
I believe that John Stockton benefited more than playing with Karl Malone than Karl Malone benefited than John Stockton. I believe Karl Malone would have been the same way with or without John.
So basically, another point guard would have led the NBA forever in assists if.
No, I wouldn't say another point guard would lead the league, but I'm talking about Karl Malone's success. I believe Karl Malone's success would maybe not be as great, but it would still be up there when we look back on Karl Malone with or without John Stockton.
Dale, I have a question for you.
Maybe, but I'm not negating what John Stockton did because he played with Carmelo. That's like me saying Jordan wouldn't win nothing without Scottie Pippen. You're not gonna negate Mike because Pippen's his teammate. It's the same thing.
No, because John Stockton, when we look at John Stockton's game, he's a playmaker and defender. That's all y'all got.
Okay.
That's all y'all got. He isn't a great shooter.
You're not understanding. I'm not saying Stockton is better than D Wade. We're talking about
of course not. Yeah, it's D Wade hands down, and you would want D Wade's career over John Stockton
because he won 3 rings.
Because
he won
of 3 rings.
To be honest, yeah.
I mean,
we're going off of career achievements.
That just blows everything else out there. Because here's how I look at it, Dale. You tell
honestly,
me which.
I've never looked at D Wade's credentials. I was just looking at we're talking about career longevities. I know Stockton got a gold medal. I know Stockton leads in assists and steals. I know D Wade's popularity and he's a better basketball player. But if I'm looking at a career like,
so you're just going off of just stats.
But that. Like,
so you're just going off of stats, because if you're just going off of stats, then once LeBron passes Kareem as once LeBron passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on
you
points,
can say LeBron James had a better career than him. Okay,
then MJ.
That's not me saying Kareem is better than.
No, I'm saying that LeBron is better than MJ.
What was the first thing I ever said, Doug?
I don't.
There's no way you believe this. There's no way you.
I said I don't think Stockton is better than D Wade.
Like in any career. So listen,
I've said this on this show before. If you go by just stats and career points, rebound, assists, you could say LeBron's the GOAT. I've said that before.
Okay, I never heard that. I wasn't here for that.
But
would you say that?
Player, Michael is my GOAT. 100%.
Would you say that? Would you say once he passes Kareem as all-time in scoring and he has all these stats under his belt,
he's the best scorer ever?
Wait, this is nasty, Dale. This is so nasty.
He had a better career. That LeBron had a better career than MJ. Would you say that?
I think LeBron had a better career and stat-wise better than Mike today. Today, like right now, I could say that. Right now, today.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so what do we
I mean, it's not because I don't.
So who had the better career? But who?
What's the point of playing basketball?
This is Dub. You're getting yourself crossed up because you think I'm saying that Stockton is better than D Wade.
No.
If we go stats right now, I'm saying LeBron James' career is better than Michael Jordan. I'm saying that stat-wise. That's
all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear.
Oh,
so I can understand your logic. I can understand your logic behind that. Me personally, I'm not just.
I'm never giving you that ever. D Wade had a better career, hands down. It's not even close.
It's not just stats. It's not just stats, in my opinion.
It's so unbelievably distant from each other. The point of basketball is to win championships, not to go out there and be number one here, and there. Dale, you tell me, if you look at 2 limo drivers, okay, you got to pick which one. You can pick the one that, he gets you to a destination from A to B.
Pause. If my iPad dies, I log it on my phone, but continue.
Okay. If you're picking a limo driver, you can pick the limo driver that gets you from A to B every day. It's fun. Most miles logged, least incidents. But then there's that limo driver that drove around LeBron, Drake, Michael Jackson. You're picking him every time. You're gonna say this guy had a better career than this guy. You just are. He won 3 chips. There's nothing touching that. Nothing. He won 3 chips. I'm choosing that limo driver I want to drive around a celebrity. I'm famous. I'm lit.
He's undoubtedly, not in your guys' eyes, but for the majority, a top 3 shooting guard in NBA history. John Stockton, you're not saying he's undoubtedly a top 3 point guard in NBA history at all. Now I'm saying because you guys think James Harden's better, so I'm not going to get into that debate. But for the majority of other people,
you're bringing up debates and things that doesn't match with this argument. Because if I'm looking, like all I said, like I could understand his argument. Like I'm thinking John Stockton had a better career than D Wade. It's because we know D Wade. He's so flashy in our eyes, D Wade. But when he said that, I didn't fall off the bed at all. I swear I didn't.
I guaranteed you D Wade in his prime, in his first 12 years, probably had better stats than John Stockton every single year as a conglomerate.
Probably points, maybe rebounds. Probably points and rebounds.
Points and rebounds, yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, Shaq. The assists and steals, John Stockton was.
You're giving it to the mailman.
Can I
and that's
reel us
true.
back
That's
into
true.
His name's the mailman because he always delivers.
Nice. There's a part 2 of this MJ LeBron topic that I really want to ask because this is very interesting. I'm glad Dell included this. If Michael Jordan's first retirement was in this era, would it be viewed as soft, or would he be viewed as soft?
Wait, explain this for me.
So when he,
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
My fault, JD. You got it.
You got it. Because you wrote it.
Right. So, okay. So Mike retired in 93, and then watching The Last Dance, you can see he retired because of how the media was portraying him, his dad passing away and things of that nature. He just had to get away. So like he took time off. So if Kyrie were retired today, this is why I asked it. How would y'all view Kyrie?
I would respect it 1000%. There are certain lines that if you cross for me, I'm like, okay, it's really a problem, in my opinion.
I agree too. I don't
and
think
if you go as far
as being soft.
as retiring, I'm like, no, whether I would much more believe that maybe he does have issues or demons that he's battling I mean, if he retires because of the vaccine nonsense, I can't give him that one.
I think Kyrie retiring today, you could say that, and maybe I do believe you. A lot of people would sit here and say Kyrie just being Kyrie and he's stubborn.
A lot of people will.
So when Mike retired back then, I don't think no one thought
no, that
like,
was much different. That was a much different retirement. Like, you just lost your father. That trumps everything. That card trumps everything.
But he said he was done before then. Like, and I believe him. Like he was 31, maybe 32.
Yeah, you can believe him all you want to. In hindsight, he could say anything.
Didn't he
no,
say
he's
like
not the only one that has said it though.
He would have only retired with 3 rings, so technically, Dale, Karl Malone would have had a better career, and he would have been a better player than Michael Jordan, essentially. Your argument.
But he came back.
Yeah, he did.
I think when he retired,
I think MJ was just chatting a lot in that doc, by the way.
Oh my, we're not gonna go there.
He was in the gym.
No way did MJ
on Twitch.
Chatting.
For sure, chatting.
Chatting when he said, "I took it personal." Every time he said, "I took it personal," it's like, come on now, how many stuff you gonna take personal?
He took a lot of stuff personal.
Right, like I took it personal, got it.
Dale, what is Kyrie like? Yo, my mind is blown right now with this Kyrie situation.
Hold on, I'm trying to log in.
What's so blown about it?
I don't get, like, every time I think of why Kyrie is not playing basketball right now, I am floored that 99.9% of your peers are playing basketball and you're not. This means you're wrong, Kyrie.
Kyrie on the bingo card, by the way.
Well, a lot of like Bradley Beal's playing just because his state didn't mandate it. So
I don't care. I think he would have played. Okay, imagine this: you go into work and you're the only person that walks out about anything. What do you say to this person? You're right. We're all wrong. We could be.
You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to take it there.
I've never seen doctor in front of Kyrie Irving's name. Dr. Kyrie, Dr. Irving, Julius, or what are we talking about right now? Why does Kyrie think he can run around town as the sole person in the NBA and be making these bold, outlandish claims about nothing and changing his stance from month to month about everything in life? Mars, the moon, Tesla. I don't know what's coming next out of Kyrie.
Well,
I don't know why you guys got me started on Kyrie today.
You know, there's
you hate Kyrie?
I don't hate. I love Kyrie and his game. I hate the way that he prances around with these bold claims. It's time for us to take off our masks. That's when I was completely off of him. Don't tweet something that irresponsible. That's nuts.
Can we not completely get derailed by Kyrie? But go ahead and finish, Shaq.
If the president right now tweeted, "It's time to drop some bombs," what do you think we're all gonna do? We're gonna lose our minds. And then he comes back and says,
he drops a mixtape.
Yeah.
Hey, who's riding with me, y'all?
He drops the world's hottest mixtape, and I'm like, whew, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Hope nobody died. Like, what are we talking about, Dale? The things that you let Kyrie get away with is close to murder. It literally is. And I'm not going to be nasty and say Kyrie was responsible for anybody dying because of COVID. But if we're calling an ace and a spade, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right. We're moving on. We're going to talk about LeBron. LeBron and the possibility of playing with his son. So we'll start with this. Will LeBron's son, and we're talking about Bronny here, will he make the NBA? Dub, we'll start with you.
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I mean, he's not like this crazy behind talent.
Why did y'all hype D-Wade's son? Why did y'all hype D-Wade's son? Let's talk about that first.
He'll make G League, and it's solely based on the fact that LeBron's his father.
Wait. Damn. These two are they're coming from Looney Tune land right now. Let them keep getting it off. What else do you think LeBron's son will not do as LeBron James' son? Tell me.
Oh, wait, you talking to me or JD?
No, I'm talking to Dub and Jordan right now.
Okay, right. Because I think we're on the same train with this.
We are perfectly aligned right now.
I said I don't know. I said I don't know because, to be honest, I ain't really watched too much tape on LeBron James' son.
Listen.
You don't have to.
He's on the Lakers right now.
So it's like.
Listen.
So y'all think just because off the coattails that he's LeBron James' son that he's automatically gonna be in the league?
And he's semi-okay in basketball.
Watch what college he goes to.
Wait, you think what you think? Yeah, I was gonna say think he'll go to college. I feel like he'll do the G League thing.
I just don't know. To me, Wade's son is way worse than Bron's kid. I can't believe y'all sat here and hyped him up for 3 years on my Twitter timeline.
I feel like
it upsets me.
I feel like Bronny, though, is undersized, and it's weird to say because that doesn't necessarily have much to do with
undersized for what? He's like a 6'2", 6'3" point guard.
No, but when I look at his game too, I'm like, can he compete in the NBA?
I like his game.
I like his game a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like
maybe I haven't seen enough, but when I've seen it, I'm like, he's good in high school, like great in high school.
I mean, everybody has to be great in high school.
But I mean, there's also the people who are clearly head and shoulders above the competition. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I've seen a lot of them
Zion
fall
Williams,
too.
then you're like, he's going to the NBA.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the head and shoulder guys not quite hack
it. You know what's so weird about Zion? He looked really good in shape last year, and I don't know what the hell happened between last year.
I mean, he's flying over the hoop literally, and I seen them talking about it on Undisputed. Skip and Shannon saying, if you could do that redraft, are you taking John Morant over Zion Williamson?
Ooh,
yes.
Man,
the
only reason you're doing it is because of the weight problem, and because that also causes the injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's at
But
least.
Shaq, remember back then I was telling y'all too. I'm like, Shaq, I don't know about Zion. You love Zion from the get go.
I still do.
I just thought that.
But
Zion
I can see why people.
Box office for the NBA.
Right.
That's why I was excited about it. I didn't know what he would do in the NBA.
He is box office. He is box office.
I know, but before he even got to the NBA, that was where I was like, I don't know if he could be a dominant player in the NBA. I think he'll be box office. And then when he came and actually played in the NBA, I was like, oh, he could actually be dominant in the NBA. If he
unbelievably athletic.
If he can cut weight and reduce injuries, he could have a really good career. But this brings me to
if he sheds 100 pounds, he's gonna be flying over the hoop.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
He's gonna take off and end up in row 39. He's so bouncy. He's so bouncy.
Part two of this. Will LeBron's injuries prevent him from sharing the court with his son?
No.
I don't want to see that. I don't want to see this.
I think Bron is going to do everything to stay on the court to play with or against his son. Just for that narrative, just for them to hug at half court, for Bron to touch his chest, just so they can show Bron and his son doing their handshake, just for that whole dynamic, just for his last dance, which I know he's already producing. just for all of that magnitude.
You think
And
they
'cause
already started
Bron is-
filming?
Bron is king narrative.
Yes,
And
he
that
is.
narrative is only thing keeping Bron out of that happening is an injury, like let's say Achilles. Knock on every wood ever, because we don't need that for Bron right now, but that's it. Anything else, Bron and Bronny will be on the court together. That's my belief.
I don't see it.
You
At
don't
all.
see
I
it?
just don't see him in the NBA.
That's 2
still.
more years, Shaq. 2 or 3
Don't
more
see it.
years, Shaq.
Yeah,
He
that's
don't
where I'm
have to
caught
play-
up because I'm
He
like,
don't have to play like LeBron though. He could just,
No, I know
be,
he's not going to be anywhere close to LeBron.
I mean,
how
maybe
shook
he
he's gonna
could,
be
we
to
don't know.
play against his dad.
I don't think
You
he
know,
does.
Bronny-
actually, who I could see. I feel like Bronny could be like maybe a little bit more athletic version. This is gonna be so nasty. He's gonna be a more
Not
athletic
really.
version of Seth Curry.
No, look at
Steph
you
Curry
said you don't.
will. You don't know what Seth to do to Bronny.
Yeah,
No,
no,
this
Seth
is what I'm saying.
Seth is
JB,
nice.
you gotta look at it this way. When people say make it to the NBA, people always just jump, skip, and think of the top dogs. You also got to think like Alex Caruso is in the NBA. If Bronny don't work in this game, he can't at least be that. He can't be Brian Scalabrine.
I
for his
think he
height.
could for sure be some kind of role player. I don't think he's gonna be a star in the NBA. I know
Right,
that.
right. That's
I
what I'm
know
saying.
that.
All we're saying is him making it to the league. It's not like what's the name made it to the league on the Lakers on the 10-day. That dude that was in the D League for 27 years.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Like-
what was his name?
Like that happens.
Yeah.
So
It's
could he
yeah.
get a shot with that publicity behind him? For sure.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, but okay. So let's say he's not LeBron James' son. You think you think he makes the NBA?
I think it could still happen only because not everybody has the star written behind them story. Like Dame
Right.
Lillard was a top 5, top 6 pick. He was a 1-star, 2-star player in high school. Steph Curry was a 2-star player in our class. Like I played against him in 5-star
And
camp.
over exceeded expectations.
I made the all-star
Hashtag.
team in the camp. I made the all-star team in the camp. Steph Curry didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and come on, that happens. So you never know what everybody's journey is and what their story is. But looking from it, as a player right now that's probably in high school that no one knows about, that's probably about to be the next big thing.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Moving on. If Kevin Durant never played the Warriors and still went there after they lost in the finals to the Cavs, would his ring still be invalid?
Shaq, I want you to answer this first, please.
Can you repeat the question, please? When you wanna know where my mind went when you brought up Kevin Durant?
If Kevin
No,
Durant,
not yet.
if Kevin Durant never played the Warriors and still went there after they lost in the finals to the Cavs, would his ring still be invalid?
His doc is ridiculous. No. No. It would still be 2 of the worst rings in NBA history.
It will still be tainted to you?
Yeah, and Steph's and one of Steph's rings are also got that nasty glue on it.
Interesting.
That nasty glue.
Play too. Yeah.
I'm surprised
KD,
at that.
he packages
Because-
up nasty glue.
Because
Kyrie in the back.
every time you always bring up he lost and he went there. So say he lost in the second round with Russ and then he was a free agent. He don't know what's about to happen to the Warriors. Warriors lost in the finals. Don't play the Warriors at all that whole playoffs. Warriors lose and he go to the Warriors.
I
That's still
literally
tainted.
seen David Stern veto a trade of Chris Paul to the Lakers because he felt it was going to be unfair.
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
It has everything to do with it.
I
Everything.
Make
to
you
do with
understand
it.
what?
I see Shaq's point.
It's
What's
an
his point?
amazing point. The league literally said, no, Chris Paul, you can't go and team up with Kobe Bryant.
For competitive
This wasn't
integrity.
even for competitive integrity in David Stern passed, and that just competitive integrity. I don't know.
But
That
how come
was,
that was the
but you
only?
see-
how come that was
you
the
see,
only
this is-
trade in the
Yo, hold on, hold
history?
on,
Yeah,
Jamie.
you're about to get nasty. You're about to get nasty.
You don't want me to do it to you? Should I be quiet or no?
No. Keep going. Keep going.
David Stern passed last year.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
No,
what do you-
no. What about?
You
What
just
about? No,
said-
I'm talking about when he. No. I meant when
he
he stepped down.
retired. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That's what I
So
meant.
you said when did David Stern retire?
At least, how long has Adam Silver been the?
I have no
commissioner?
idea when David Stern retired.
At least the better part of the last 10 years.
10?
Let me
6?
see.
Why-
He retired in 2014, so 7. Well,
Okay,
8-ish,
7
we're
years.
going in on 8.
So you
That's
saying
the better
if David,
part of the last 10 years, by the way.
So you saying if David Stern was there in 2016, KD wouldn't have been able to be as a free agent and go to the Warriors?
No. I'm just letting you know. They wouldn't let Chris Paul team up with Kobe Bryant, but you're sitting here and telling me Kevin Durant can go to the already
That
best
was
team in the league.
but Shaq,
this
that
is
was
what-
a nasty.
this is
That was a
what-
nasty. That was a nasty veto anyway, though, because they was trading away
was.
Pau Gasol. They was trading away
It was.
Pau. It's not like they was keeping Pau. Like I still don't understand that for the life of me.
No, I agree. I mean, it was to favor the owners because
Well, Right, that's what he's like. The owners wanted like a more high name at the time in New Orleans, but
I mean,
then
New
they
Orleans was
expect-
owned by the NBA at that time.
I forgot about that.
right,
David Stern owned that team, so he's like,
Right.
I'm not doing the trade. How about
Yeah,
that
it's
one?
like, no, Chris.
so y'all want to say competitive integrity, but if it was Kobe for Chris Paul, all right, okay.
What? That's fair. But all I'm
That's-
saying is Kevin Durant went to the best team in the league.
No, the Cavs was the best team in the league at the time.
No. Statistically and record wise, and roster wise.
Okay, wait. Let me ask you a question. So,
Dub, he's nasty. He's
No,
nasty, Dub.
this-
Nah, Del,
He's nasty.
Del, this is
No.
what this is what
Yo,
this is
hold
what
on,
Shaq.
wait, Dub, wait. JD,
He's nasty,
What
Dub.
JD, what did Shaq say about D-Wade rings? When you drive in a limo and someone has 3 rings and this and that, you can pull over to that. But right
No.
now, you're
This is
telling me
much
the
different.
Warriors lost, and
This is not
and they
the
were
same.
and they still were the best team.
This is not the same.
That's-
KD was
okay, you
no.
got it,
So
No.
Del, this is what
That's not the same.
this is what Shaq-
That's
this
not
is
the
what-
same
this
at
is what-
all.
Okay,
this
okay.
is what
How is that the
Shaq-
same?
We are not the same.
Okay, Shaq.
Yo, this is what Shaq is trying to say.
Hashtag.
Shaq is trying to say that KD going to the Warriors just made things unfair. And he brought up the Chris Paul and Kobe veto.
I
because
agreed with that
that's
before.
What the league.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's part of the reason why I don't hold KD and like when we talk about all-time rankings, like probably in that top 10 upper echelon, because I'm looking at his team, bro. It's Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. He won in everything. Yeah, you got to give him credit for that. Don't get me wrong, but you also got to acknowledge who he was with. But the thing that I
It
don't
was
agree,
so easy.
but see, that's the thing I do not agree with,
It
because
was easy.
when we look at that Golden State Warriors team, you know, in 2017 when KD just first got there, the Spurs won 66 games. The
Mhm,
Spurs
mhm.
had the best record, the best home record in NBA history. The Spurs were up 20 on them in game
Who-
1. The
Who are you
Spurs
taking?
time out. The Spurs, like, it wasn't that the Golden State Warriors wasn't just dominating the league, because the Spurs showed you that they could have competed. Now, the Warriors got lucky when Kawhi got hurt, when Chris Paul got hurt, which allowed them to beat LeBron in the finals so easily. But there was
Who are
competition.
you taking?
There was I will always,
hold on, Shaq, hold on, Shaq.
I would not bet against that Warriors team, but do not act as if there was no competition, where there was 2 teams in 2017 and 2018 that definitely did provide competition. But injuries held
Competition.
them
That's what
back.
we're talking about. We're
Yes,
talking about
just
competition.
just because
Nasty.
LeBron got spanked by them doesn't mean that there wasn't no competition. There was at least one team in 2017 and 2018 that could have competed.
Your
with that
Miami team got
Warriors
zapped last year, by the way, since you want to bring up spanked in arm motions.
Dub, I love your point just now, but this is where I have to, like, you can't say you can't put him top wherever you want because of who he was playing with. When Braun and Bosh was walking into the Miami airport, where you were like, "Don't come! I want to be competitive with D-Wade." Were
I
you saying
wasn't.
that?
You know I wasn't coming, and I love how you said it in that voice, because that's probably how I sounded like at that time.
Right. So don't, like, you can't.
Even if
like,
LeBron would have went to the Spurs, that wouldn't have been as nasty.
But understand, Dale, like the level of talent that you cannot deny that the level of talent that KD joined
This is the thing.
was
This is
way
not
greater.
I always
Wait, so we're
argue
letting
this with
Shaq's
Shaq.
comment slide?
No, what did he say?
If LeBron went to that Spurs team?
I'm not going into that. That would have been
amazing.
I always argue with Shaq about this. It don't say level of talent. The fact of the matter is, it's like, it's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right? The KD goes to the Warriors just fit so well into everything that was happening.
It fit everybody's peanut butter. Everybody's sandwich was going to fit well. Keep telling you that.
No, KD was the best fit. KD was the best fit for that team.
And it was so simple.
KD was the best fit on any team. He was the best fit on his current team.
Gourmet bread.
He was, well, honestly, KD leaving Russell early is making everybody like, I get it.
KD robbed us. KD robbed us of an authentic finals between him and Bron because he couldn't get his job done. The same way LeBron couldn't hold up his end of the stick. In a tough East, he was young. Yeah, with Kobe.
But KD hold up his end of the stick once when he was young.
That was a branch.
Whatever it may be, he got to the finals young, lost 4-1. Bron went young.
No, but I wanted to see mano y mano.
Okay, we're not gonna do this.
I want to say, Dell, that Cavs team was just completely outclassed when it came to that.
No. The second ring was so outclassed. The second ring, but the first ring, I'm not gonna say it was that outclassed as much as y'all.
Think about it like this:
the second one. Oh no, the sweep.
The first ring, they had to. Didn't the Cavs make a record for 3-pointers made? They had to set a record just to beat them for one game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was game 3 with Kyrie. Yeah,
bro, bro, that's like,
no,
bro, they had no chance.
Or game 4? Game 4. That was game 4, I think.
Game 3. No, because I don't think they went up 3-0. I think it was game 3.
They went up 3-0.
I'm just curious, though.
They went up
2-0. If Usain Bolt left his country and went to go race for any other country, I promise you, every country, it would be the same effect. Everybody would be like, we're so happy that you're here. He would be the best fit in any country. So in any 4x1, because I know what you're going to say, it's an individual sport. Any 4x1 relay, they're going to be welcoming Usain Bolt with open arms. So for you to sit here and say Golden State was the best situation for him.
Yes. Why would
it was the best situation for LeBron too?
Why would Usain Bolt go run for China? No one sprints over there.
No. Usain Bolt is not the person. No. Golden State. That's the team that I'm talking about. That anybody would have been the bun.
Of course, anybody would have been happy. But why would he sign with the Pistons to do what? Is a chance to win. The man said out his mouth.
It's a chance to win.
The man said, "I wanted to play."
I'm a morals guy.
I wanted to play against the best player in the world, head-to-head at the top of the stage. So I chose the Warriors, and I did that. And you still mad at that?
I got a question. I got a question for everybody on this panel, the chat included, because we have come to the point. We have come back to this point. So if I said, hey, Through the Wire seen me, that's the biggest sports podcast, I'm guessing. And they said, we have an open slot. And I looked at Dub, my brother, who I just apologized to because that's what brothers do. I look at JD, I look at Dale, and I say, sayonara, suckers, and I just go join them. And I'm like, you guys are already getting the most views. How about I just add a personality to the cast and you guys just continue Player's Choice? How would you guys feel? And how would everybody else feel? I'm just worried that somebody's about to say something nasty. No, why can't you can't answer the question with the question? That's the number one Shaq rule.
Okay, let me answer the question for your number one Shaq rule. I would look at you and figure out, like, if you don't see us as a chance to get into that level that you want to get to. That's what I would think.
But, there would definitely be a deeper conversation.
No, there would be, but no. You can't do that because we were up 3-1. We were up 3-1 and we blew it together. It was some reason why Player's Choice never got up off the ground. One of my Kyrie takes got out into the mainstream. I'm a villain. I'm a nasty guy. There's no recovering from it. Dub said something while Jordan's talking about 6'9", and we just never quite make it. But we were on a trajectory to be number one basketball podcast. And then I just said, hey, It didn't work out. Something happened. I'm leaving. I'm going through the wire. They already got the numbers. They got this. They got the Bleacher Report. I think that's who they're partnered up with. I want to be with them. I want to be in a better situation. I want to go with the best. How would you guys feel? How would the Players' Choice chat feel?
I just answered your question. That's how I would feel.
Good. So you wouldn't be mad that I go?
If you think that's the best thing for you, I 100% wouldn't.
I think the
That was a
main
good
thing.
guy.
Yeah, I think
And the thing is, he know I wouldn't.
Yeah, the main thing with that is that as long as you keeping it real.
And are you a free agent?
Okay, regardless.
Yeah,
Let's never mind how.
Have you been
Let's never
thinking
mind
about
how.
this?
Okay, let's never mind. I got a DM. Let's never mind what OKC has, how they felt. But how would the fans feel in the chat? How would you guys feel? You guys would feel betrayed. Sure. Correct? Correct. They'll be like, okay, you guys are just exactly. All right. Because I've seen
Gould 27 said you would be a traitor.
1,000%. I've seen popular personalities try to start a podcast and it not work out. I'm just saying. That had nothing to do with nothing. That's me just shooting from the hip at this point. Whoever feels like that's a shot at them, they can just accept it for what it is.
All right, we're moving on.
After a summer of dominating TikTok, we built up this platform and then I just leave.
I would feel some type of way.
Then I'm on there and I'm not even debating. I'm just on there just talking about.
You see, this
now
is
I'm getting carried away.
This is the issue.
I would have to go back to being miserable again.
You got hold up one more. You had to understand Kevin Durant.
Not for me, Vinny B15. Not for me.
That's
you
true.
got to understand Kevin Durant did something to Shaq because all the dynamics and all the circles he jumped through to make you understand how bad he is.
What you see, this is the thing. This is the thing that a lot of Braun fans are mad about because I'm not gonna lie, I hated the Golden State Warriors myself at that time. And then KD just joining the Warriors. You know, the LeBron fans hated Steph Curry. They didn't like the competition with KD, and those two joined each other, which just created a mutual hate for the Golden State Warriors. That's why so much hate goes to Kevin Durant for joining that, because it's like a 2-on-1. Where like it's 2-on-1. You went to the Warriors and you're Kevin Durant.
I'm Russell Westbrook. Anybody who leaves Players' Choice, we're mortal enemies. And I take shots at silhouettes, but I promise you, I'm calling you out by name at the beginning of every episode.
Now, Del, I don't know the whole situation like that, like you do, but in my eyes, I don't believe that KD handled the situation properly between him and Russell Westbrook. And
that's a different conversation.
Oh, so I got to just tell you guys I'm leaving you guys. I just got to tell. And I only put myself in this situation because I see in the immediate future, Dale being presented something by, what's that, KD 35 Media? What's Kevin Durant's brand?
35 Ventures.
35 Ventures, where I see Dale, I see it crystal clear. It's like I got a crystal ball. The more and more you post to your story, the more and more he calls me out for my takes, the more and more behind the scenes conversations. You screenshot some of it, but not all of it. I don't know what you guys are talking about in those DMs, but all I see is he's like, man, this guy Dale can really debate. I could see this on 35 Ventures. And if you left us for 35 Ventures, Dale, you're irreplaceable. So I don't know what you.
I might have to start DMing Dell on the side if he does. Hey, Dell, is there
maybe Euro and Hezzy?
I already told you. If we ever get that boardroom 35, we're all going.
We got to go together, right?
We're on that PJ.
Going. Because I always tell people this: you can't replace a genuine conversation. I can look at the sky and just flow. And in terms of like having a debate, that's what it's about. Like it's literally us sitting around wherever we are in the world, just talking about nothing. And sometimes it's scripted by some and some, but you can't replace that. So that was the blessing that we're looking for that to happen.
I feel like that's how Russ felt.
We're all going.
I feel like that's the way Russ felt.
That
it was a genuine conversation.
Jack, if you or Dell left, I think you would go, and then early on you'd be like, this just isn't the same. I want to go back.
I mean, that's why we created this, because I can't listen to any other basketball podcast. I like Keep It a Buck.
Never heard of
I
it.
don't listen to any
I
other
watched like the
podcasts.
first 5-10 minutes and giggle a little bit. But like, these guys are cool.
Yeah,
then-
never heard of it.
It's some
Never heard of
podcasters
it.
that are Jordan, you heating up yet over there?
No,
Hold on,
I'm
wait.
good over here, bro.
Let's
Oh,
not
oh,
get
you get, oh yeah,
let's-
because no,
let's-
because Jordan's
Shaq,
ready to shoot off some
Shaq,
shots.
let's not get into that topic because one podcast I just cannot stand.
Which one?
Just-
No,
Go
which
ahead,
one
Doug.
is it?
No, we're not talking
I
about
don't
this.
wanna-
We're not gonna get into
I
that.
don't-
No, not
just-
that. Doug had something to say before.
I don't remember because now that just popped in my head, it's just
Right.
I don't want to get into
Yeah,
it.
we don't need to take shots. Everyone's got their own thing going, bro. It's great.
Shaq, you remember when I sent Jay? You remember when
I remember it. I feel
You
like I
I know
remember
remember
now?
exactly what you're talking about. Yes,
when I sent it to
I
the
know
chat?
exactly
Yeah.
what you're talking about. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Which MVP on this list is your least favorite MVP of all time? We've got Jokic, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki,
I love this topic.
Steph Curry.
The unanimous was nasty.
No, Steph first one.
Whichever one was the unanimous one was that was some BS.
No, the unanimous was supposed to be unanimous. So I'll put Steph first one on the dock.
He plays worse and he gets unanimous.
What?
He played worse where? Wait, played worse
That-
where?
I think his
Shaq,
stats.
stop. Shaq, stop.
No, I think his
Stop,
stats fell
Shaq.
off.
Shaq, do not.
No,
Shaq,
he
for-
scored a
for
career
our
high at that
brotherhood,
time.
Do not walk down this road, Shaq, please.
Shaq,
I
he
thought
scored a career high.
Shaq, don't walk down this
My
road.
bad.
Just leave
My
it.
bad. I still feel like James Harden should have got a vote that year.
He did. He definitely deserved some. He definitely did. But I think that
Which
James
got
Harden
worse?
should have won. I think that James Harden should have won in 2015. I believe that.
James Harden still won one. That's why he did win one. But this is narrative stuff.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the 2 rings, KD tainted. The 2 MVPs from Nash also tainted. And what do you know? It's
All
like
right.
the universe just comes full circle. When you touch goo, it just gets everywhere. That nasty glue over there in Brooklyn, I cannot get behind the Steve Nash MVPs.
Yeah, I
What
don't
you
like,
got, Doug?
I don't like. Nah, I said Steve Nash is overrated. So Steve Nash MVPs is.
Can we go back and just look
I hate
at
it.
who else was in the league when Steve Nash was doing
Bro,
all of
I
that?
hate it. I don't even want to get into it because I hate it so much. I don't think. I just don't like him winning back.
It's no
MVPs
way
at
Steve
all.
Nash was the best player in the world for 2 years.
They just did that.
Ever.
They did that just because it
Kobe
looked
raped
good.
someone.
Him on Phoenix just looked good. It was a highlight reel. That's why he
Allegedly.
I
won.
think they did it because they thought Kobe raped someone. But
2005, 2006.
Kobe Bryant averaged 35, 5, and 5, I think.
He averaged 30 back-to-back years. He averaged 32 though.
It wasn't 34.5?
I don't think he's ever averaged 34.
Okay.
Let me check. I'm not sure.
Are you going to Statland?
Yeah.
I think we might need to go to Statland.
Yeah.
Light out Sports says, I don't think an MVP classifies a player on being the best in the world. Then what are we doing with this award?
I agree with that.
I
wanna
know. So
see
why
who
is the
else-
award around?
I want to see who else was on. Okay, so MVP, the year 2005-06, one of the years he won it. Steve Nash, LeBron James, Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant,
Kobe was
Chauncey
fifth.
Billups,
Yeah.
Dwayne
Was
Wade,
fourth.
Elton Brand, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, AI, Sean Marion's on that. He got 1 vote. AI got 1 vote.
Oh
You
shoot,
know
my
that song.
bad. He did average 35. My bad.
Who's
It's
better?
cool.
Who's better? Sean?
Did
Don't worry
Sean
about
Marion
it.
vote for himself? How did he get on there?
Who was
Cuban,
better?
was
Sean
Cuban allowed to
Marion?
vote?
Sean Marion? No.
Oh, that
Sean
was when he was
Marion,
in Phoenix.
Sean Marion or Andre Iguodala? Who was better in their primes?
Ooh, well.
Oh, in the
I-
primes?
I'm taking Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
I'm going Sean Marion.
Really?
Sean Marion was nuts.
He was
Yeah,
he was
prime-
nice. He gets too
prime-
much
I'm going
knock
Sean
on his
Marion.
shot, but
The
people forget how
Matrix.
As soon
ridiculous
as-
he was.
As soon as Iguodala went to the Nuggets, they started making the playoffs.
I think
I
Sean
don't-
Marion had a shot.
You remember that stint?
I don't
Jordan.
care. Sean Marion probably was nice. Like Iggy was nice too, but I think Sean Marion prime was, I think, what, 4-time All-Star, maybe 3-4 times.
His best year was 21, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. That's when he was just up there leaping for those boards.
What
Talking
team was
about
he
Sean
on?
Marion,
Yeah, Sean Marion.
probably on the Suns.
I mean, he shot 33%. I mean,
I
The
mean, you
thing
weren't
with
he on?
Iggy, though, Iggy latter years and how he reinvented himself in Warriors make people love him more.
I think Iggy was like that even before he
No,
reinvented
well,
himself.
I
was-
liked
he
Iggy
was more.
in Philadelphia.
I liked him in
I loved
Philly.
him in
Him on the
Philly, and I
Nuggets
liked
was
him in
amazing.
Denver, but they were looking at him as a main cog, though. I'm saying he reinvented himself like coming off the bench, being that key glue guy. I think people fell in love with him more. Like Shaq always bring up Iggy on the Warriors, always, just because how he
I
fit
feel like
that
he was
role so
nuts.
well.
I think he fit that role because he had potential to be that top 2, top 1 player on the team.
I mean, we might
but
be
he took
Well, you
that.
can't
gassing
say
Iggy a
he
little
had
bit.
potential to be the top 2, top 1 because he had the keys to be top 1 in Philly and in Denver, and they
We might be
made
He
gassing
was
Iggy.
top 1 actually. He was the top 1 for
Right.
both of them.
But
We
So
might
he
be
didn't
gassing
have.
Iggy.
He had he was a top 1, top 2 player on the team, but he took that step back to allow Steph and Clay to do
and
their
he
thing.
flourished in that role. That's what I meant. And he flourished there. People look like Finals MVP, just hitting big shots, like stepping up, like big
I'm
steals,
not-
clamping.
I just think if I'm choosing a player between Marion and Iguodala to be the best player on my team, I'm rolling with Iggy.
Sean
Okay.
Marion literally averaged double digits his entire career. Iggy had looks like 8 years of double digits
Nah,
out of
Marion.
a 17-year career.
It's hard too because you look at the way that the game is played today, and it's just hard to look at Sean Marion and what he would be today, and that's why
I
it's
don't
hard
think
to
so,
choose.
Because Nash, I think I'm gonna tell you why. Because Nash was running gun. That's what Nash brought that in. The Phoenix team with Nash running, throwing lob, he was running gun, shooting threes. Nash, like they implanted that, and then Steph and that other light-skinned brother. This is how we get it done. So Nash wasn't slow pace, JD. Like they was like, I'm trying to see. They were,
No, I know they weren't slow, but the way like Sean Marion was a slasher.
he was shooting some threes though, 33%.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
shooting threes.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm
he,
saying?
I
That's
mean, he
not-
shot them.
I
How
mean,
much percent is
33%.
Iggy?
Wait.
Or I mean,
So
he was
let's
passing them
once
to the
and for
hoop, at
all,
least.
let's once for all clear up what's considered good, average, and elite for 3-point shooting.
Wait,
Okay. Well, elite's
I'm
over
sorry.
40%.
Elite
Elite's
is
like 42, 43,
Well,
probably.
Elite's like 38% in my
No.
opinion.
What's your
Elite is
question? Wait.
Sorry. Great is probably 38, higher 30s. I think good is 35.
Yeah.
Good. Anything under 35, it's like maybe you should stop
solid.
shooting threes.
Wait, do you know how
I don't
close
think so.
35 is to 37 and how close 38 is to 40?
Yeah, but you would prefer the
Shaq,
higher
tell
percentage.
Tell me for 3-point percentage, what do you think it is like good, elite, and supreme?
Well, I feel like it's differences because like a Russell Westbrook shooting 30% but shooting 100, and you only make it's differences. But if I'm out there, let's see, he was shooting around 4 in his prime, 3 to 4, and you're making almost 2. Well, you're making 1.5 out of 4 a game.
So-
I'm taking that.
I feel
Me
like
too. I'm taking that
You're-
too.
you're taking it into context, right? If it's a pure shooter, you want them to shoot over 35%. There's like you cannot shoot less than 35% if you're just a pure shooter.
1,000%.
You have to shoot 35%. If you're like a Russell Westbrook, I will take 30%. I will take 30% from you.
Okay,
A
what
good
is Bradley
shooter.
Beal? What do y'all consider
I
Bradley?
think
Beal?
he's like,
A score.
oh, is he like a shooter?
What would his percentage be for y'all to be like, oh, okay, that's solid.
From 3 or just
34,
from the field?
35.
From three.
34,
The-
35% for me.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because if he shot 40, he'd be one of the most insane players in the
Because
world.
I don't think in my mental, I thought Bradley Beal was like a consistent 37 to 38%, and that's far from my imagination. And I found this out by FanDuel has helped me find this out.
What
That's
is he shoot from 3?
I think Bradley Beal
35-ish.
might be like,
But he had
Yeah.
3 years over 40.
That's
And
like,
in
that's
one
really
year he was
good,
shooting
though.
Bradley
7.2.
Beal?
a game. Yeah, in
What
17,
what is it so far this year?
Oh, look.
17%.
From 3.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, he's shooting 7.3. I mean, it's 4 games. It's streaky.
Well,
I mean, he has
we also
literally
got. Go
Wait,
ahead,
no,
go ahead.
78 more
that's
games.
his career.
I mean, we also got to factor in like the era as well. I believe in this area it's easier to shoot at higher percentages.
Why
So,
is that?
The rules.
I just think they shoot them more.
I don't think it's
that's
the
evolution.
rules. I honestly think
Yeah, it's not the
with
rules.
the game changing, people coming into that day is like, you better know how to shoot some threes, or this is not happening for the way
Gonna be
you think.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
I
you
mean,
talking
Bradley
about
Beal.
just you talking about just threes?
Generally
Almost,
speaking, yeah.
almost
Oh.
every player, if you're not a big, you're almost expected to at least shoot 30% from 3. The majority of
fact.
players.
Yeah.
But if you're a big,
That's a fact.
you obviously, different for you. You gotta at least shoot. Okay. We're gonna do a start bench cut. And this is impact to the sport. What is the impact to the sport? Tom Brady, Tiger Woods, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan. Start bench cut.
Oh, we're cutting 2 or benching 2? Or are we just ranking them
Benching
1 through
2.
4?
You want to bench 2 and cut 1?
Yeah, or you can rank them 1 to 4, whichever.
Okay. We'll do start bench cut.
Impact the sport. Are we counting off court and on court, or just on court?
Just like when you think
What
of
they
saying
mean
they
to the
think of
sport.
Yeah.
What they mean
Because
to the
Muhammad
game.
Ali and MJ's 1 and 2. Like that has to be 1 and 2. And then now you're stuck between Tiger Woods and Tom Brady. Now, what Tiger Woods meant for his own sport, what I mean by dominating a sport that really wasn't, that nobody, dominated that sport. It was
That looks like him.
That was predominantly ruled by white people, and as an African American, just completely dominating that. I think that represented more to whatever Tom Brady did in the NFL at all.
I think it's so easy that Tom Brady's gone, but go ahead, Dub.
It's JD. I'm with you there.
Go ahead, Dub. Continue.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
But
if we're
Brady's
just
out
talking,
of here.
If we just talking about,
So we all think Brady's out of here.
I think Brady's
so.
gone when you're talking about impact to sport. Like
Right.
Tom Brady is dominant. You think
But
about
we can
dominance,
get Tom.
if
We
we're
can
talking about
put Tom in a
strictly,
better situation.
there's
if we're
We
talking
can
about,
put him with.
there's for
I
sure a
think Brady-
conversation to have. But
I think Brady is going no matter what this topic is.
so.
No. But if you add like a LeBron and Steph
you're
with
talking
Brady,
nah. If we're just talking about purely for like the sport, just dominating the sport, I think Tom
Like,
Brady has to be above.
He's for sure. But when
No.
you're talking about
I'm talking
impact, we're talking about
No,
impact to the
wait.
sport.
Wait. Say what you said against Dub, please.
When it comes to Tom Brady's domination of football, I believe he's above Tiger Woods. But we're talking about impact to football, he's not up there.
That's
at all.
still a
Which-
tough conversation.
Tom-
It's not
Tom
an easy
Brady-
Tiger
conversation.
Woods. Which Tiger Woods?
Tiger
Dub,
Woods.
don't be nasty.
Nah, because
Do
you
not
gotta
be
look at
nasty.
it like this. Look at it like this.
Wait, what's
Tom
happening
Brady.
here?
Tom Brady
Dub.
went to how many Super Bowls? He went
Dub,
to more
listen to
Super
me.
Bowls
Dub,
than some teams.
Dub,
listen,
Tiger
Dub.
Woods. I don't think you
Dub.
you wouldn't know anything
Dub.
about golf if Tiger
Dub,
Woods didn't play.
Dub, listen. You have to research this man. Dub, listen.
Oh
Listen,
my
before
God.
he crashed his car, he
This
said,
is
Aaron,
nasty.
and made that call, 950 million in his bank account. Listen,
Mike said it best. He said
Dub, listen.
Mike 101 said the rest of them was revolutionary to the world and to their sport. And Tom Brady is just doing what, I mean, he can't be in this class.
Yeah,
No.
yo, Dub. In any the Masters, second ever in Masters, yo, Dub. Tiger though for golf is like
The thing about
Tiger?
the NFL. Listen,
No,
the thing
Tiger,
about the NFL.
when you write
is-
Tiger in Google's, he comes up before the animal.
Bro, honestly,
Mhm.
I'm putting Tiger Woods. I'm ranking. If I'm ranking them, I'm putting Tiger Woods' impact to the game over Michael Jordan because there were players before that were before Michael Jordan that were huge stars and made basketball something that people wanted to watch, and there was storylines. Tiger
Let's
Woods
take out Tom.
literally took golf from this game of like, this is rich
Right.
white people that consume this sport and play
To
this
levels,
sport.
to
And now it's
unimaginable
like
levels.
the insane accomplishments, insane storylines that he brought to the sport, and now the masses that watch, that consume the sport and play the sport. I don't think that happens if Tiger Woods never played.
I honestly will replace.
That's facts.
I honestly would replace Tom Brady with Nicki Minaj. But since I can't, because that's not a sport, we can still replace him with Serena Williams.
That's
And that makes this a lot more
It
interesting.
does make it a lot more interesting.
It makes it a lot more interesting for sure.
In
For
that
sure.
in that, I think you cut MJ, or the way that my perception in my logic. I think you cut
it's hard
MJ.
cut
Oh,
MJ,
that's
but-
tough.
Because,
It is.
because you're talking about
because-
impact to sports, and like I
Because
said,
then you're looking at Muhammad Ali. It's like
you can't cut
go
Muhammad
nowhere.
Ali.
Untouchable.
You can't cut Muhammad Ali.
Untouchable. He's an untouchable.
You can't
But-
cut Muhammad Ali.
But then you look at Mike. I think Tiger stays. I just got to go Mike and Serena. Mike popularity for what he did for, but Serena also. I just got to see how Milt. That's very difficult.
That's so
And
tough.
I want to clarify, because I'm not saying I recognize and understand how much of an impact Mike brought to the game. He's probably the reason that
Right.
hoop is so big,
He-
or
he-
NBA
he
is so
globalized
big.
basketball,
Globalized
for
basketball,
sure.
exactly,
For sure.
exactly. And so
But
I know
Magic
the
and Larry
scale.
was there before.
I know
That
the
is,
scale.
Jay, you made a good point with that. That players came before to also.
Like Magic and Larry was
Right.
also very popular.
They just didn't blow it up the way that
like
MJ
Mike
did,
did. But what Serena did for women's tennis,
bro.
Tiger
I mean,
and
people
golf.
saying it's impact the sport and its dominance. I mean, if you even implement Tom Brady back into the same conversation and we just leave it strictly on the field, I'm still cutting Tom Brady.
That's
I'm
what I
sorry.
said. I said no matter where you
see,
put it, Tom
see,
is
this
going.
is all right. So see, this is where you guys don't understand the
Tiger
NFL aspect.
dominated golf. Do you know how
For-
hard it is
for
to
so-
Do you
dominate
understand?
golf?
for
Y'all don't
so long
understand.
because
Hold
it's the
up.
hardest sport, right?
Y'all don't understand that the NFL is such a team-oriented sport. So the fact he's been to more Super Bowls
He doesn't
than
have to
most
play
teams.
defense. He doesn't
He's
have to
been-
play
see,
defense.
that's
He doesn't have to play
chill.
defense.
Chill, Shaq.
It's the sport. I get it though.
Dang.
I get it.
Chill.
It's the sport.
Because it's so much harder. It's so much harder to go to as many Super Bowls as he went to. Because not that many teams has been to as many Super Bowls as he.
He's the
as
mastermind. He's the
many
one pulling
teams.
out the strings.
Not
It's a
as
lot.
many
It's a lot
teams.
depending on him.
Hold up, not
It's
as
a
many
lot
teams
that-
won the amount of Super Bowls that he has won. The fact that
Mhm,
one
mhm.
player
I love
did
Tom.
that much
I love
is
Tom.
amazing.
I have
is
to read
great.
this comment.
And he did it for two different teams. He was the first quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl on his home field.
Do I have to
no, I love
nobody
it.
else
I
is-
love
I have
it.
to read this comment because this is kind of true. Metal Monday, pop sub donator in the he said Tiger got people to watch golf. People still don't watch tennis.
I love
Right.
tennis.
That's very true.
It's
though.
very
I don't
true.
watch
I mean,
tennis.
no one's ever captivated me enough to watch tennis unless
I promise you, every time Serena Williams came on your ticker when you were going to high school, you watched it every single time.
Well, I didn't.
I
But
didn't watch the sport. But
Wait.
I
So-
found out like, yo, did she win? I read up on it.
She
I
was the
checked up
only
on
thing on
Serena.
there. She
Yeah, I checked up on
dominated
Serena for
ESPN
sure.
her entire era.
right.
I
I
checked up
just
on
never
Serena
watched
for
the
sure.
matches. You saw the highlights.
You know,
Like Tiger's last win his last major win, I watched like the last 3 or 4 holes, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty exciting.
Oh. Yo, when Tiger Woods was on the screen, bro, you are glued to the TV.
Like,
He
I
was
don't think-
bro.
and then he stole the
magician.
Jordan fist pump. Like,
Magician.
nah, it was nasty.
I'm not putting Tom over Serena Williams. She literally has done something
I'm
no
not
other
putting-
woman has
listen,
ever done
I'm
in
not-
tennis.
I'm not putting-
No, the
I'm
chat
not
is going
putting Tom-
crazy.
Oh,
I'm not
they don't
putting
know
him
she
over
I mean,
won.
Serena either.
They don't know she won a Grand Slam pregnant. They don't
Yeah,
know that.
that's
Which
insane.
is which I also won a J award and I had to play the pregnant card.
You did do that, and that's what I
That
thought.
was
of when I said
nasty.
it.
I
Exactly what
think we
thought
all
about
up
when I
here
said it.
respect what Tom has done. I mean, for me, I usually say it's stuff. I don't know. Is it?
Nah,
I
but
mean,
Tom really
keep
hasn't.
convincing me.
Nah, Tom really hasn't. As
Now,
if we're going off of
Teddy
impact to
said
sport,
Brady. Teddy in the chat said Brady is literally the most accomplished athlete. Dub, I want you to speak to
Yeah.
that.
Oh no, he most definitely is. When we're talking about the passing records, the Super Bowls, the Super Bowls that he's been to, MVPs. Yeah, he's definitely most
Yeah, when you're
accomplished.
talking about championship.
Yeah, so he's definitely the most accomplished. We're talking about dominating sport. That's one of the hardest sports. That's probably the hardest sport to dominate because it's so team oriented. But as we said, if we're just
But
talking
wait,
I
about
don't think so.
impact,
I don't
I
think
don't
so
think so
because
because
you
it is
guys make the same
team-oriented.
argument for MJ. I'm not. What it's team oriented in basketball too?
no, football is way worse because like your point, he's not
No.
playing defense as well.
Dub, I'm confused.
But
So that
that's
should
too.
negate him
He gets
because
the
he's not playing
rest.
defense.
That
He gets the
doesn't.
He
rest.
gets the. I get it. It's the sport. I get it. It's the sport. I
Dub,
understand
Dub,
that
let
it's the
me
sport.
explain something to you, Dub. You could win a football game 6-0 with 2 field goal kick if you have the best defense. And Tom
Yes.
Brady will still get that ring, and they'll be like, Tom has 7 or 8 rings.
When we're looking at moments, right? So when we're
So
looking
did he
at
get
Tom
MVP
Brady,
of every
I'm
Super Bowl he was in?
gonna tell you. No, he did not. When we're looking at the moments,
I think
Brady,
MJ did.
Tom
I
Brady.
think Tom Brady is Robert Horry.
Time out. When Tom Brady, right? Whenever it was, let's say if it was a low scoring game,
I'm not
when
with
he
you there.
had to
Dub.
deliver,
That's
No,
when
I'm
he
not
had to
there either.
deliver,
I'm just joking.
time out. When he had to deliver his team to that win and put them in a position late in games, he did
Great
that
closer.
consistently.
Great
He did that
closer, facts.
consistently. And
Unless
honestly,
he's playing against Eli Manning.
yo, yeah, that's true. But as a quarterback, like you said, Dale, he could have a great defense to carry the load. But when it comes to answering those moments, he's always answered those moments.
Yes, I agree with you.
So it's like you have to give him credit for that as well.
I don't agree with the most accomplished though.
Tom Brady
think-
always has the best defense when he wins.
No, he doesn't. I'm not
No, he
saying. I'm
doesn't.
just saying. I was just throwing that out there.
That's what.
I'm just.
I think it's
I'm just
between
Somebody in
him
the
and-
chat said
I
that.
think it's between him
Oh.
and MJ because MJ almost had the perfect season, right? Or did he have the perfect?
Okay, so wait, okay, give
Oh,
me an
with the
argument
pitch
for
I
why
just said?
Brady's over
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali. Because I'm
You
here
said
for
what?
this.
What?
Now. I just want to hear why is Brady over Muhammad Ali?
If we're talking about sport, like
Yeah,
dominance
just
of
sport. Yeah.
You can't be over Thriller Manila. I'm sorry.
I don't know because it's like Muhammad Ali faced a lot of great fighters, so he wasn't facing no scrubs. And when he lost to great fighters. So it's like that's tough. I don't know.
I think Brady's gone, and I want to understand why is Brady more accomplished than someone says the most accomplished.
In the chat's right, Michael Phelps. If we're talking about strictly in their sport, he
Michael
dominated.
Phelps, yeah.
Yeah, no one gave a damn about swimming until Michael Phelps hit the scene.
Michael Phelps.
And you could also throw Usain Bolt in there too, Shaq. That's another good one too.
Yeah, I mean, if we're just talking about championships, because I'm seeing in the chat that Brady won more championships than franchises, and that is, I can't even wrap my head around that feat. Still doesn't move me.
Right, it still doesn't move me past Tiger.
I hear you guys though.
Yeah, it's a very good stat to know for next argument that I'll have. Not this one.
And shout out to Metal Monday again, bro. He's literally gifted like 30 subs today, maybe more.
Metal Monday's going insane.
He is going absolutely insane.
Everybody's going to be subbed in a second here. 30 ball.
That's fire. Okay. Amazing conversation. Someone was trying to get us off that topic, which is weird because that's an amazing topic, but each their own, I guess. Viewer submitted topics. So guys, if you want to submit topics again in our Discord, we got a viewer submitted topics channel where you can submit whatever basketball, NBA related topics that you want us to discuss on the show. That's the easiest, most visible place for us to see these. So please join the Discord if you haven't and use that channel to submit these topics. Starting with Swig from Discord. Swig's a nasty guy, by the way.
Can you bring up that question on Gridiron, please, amongst your football co-host?
Oh yeah,
I would love to hear what they have to say.
The same exact one.
Yeah. On in the sport, not outside of it, in the sport, and I want to see where you guys put Brady on there.
He doesn't compete.
Okay, this is from Swig. Top 5 point guards of all time. Or wait, did we do this one? Am I tripping? No, we didn't.
I'm gonna go last.
And we're leaving Steph in there.
Where else would he be?
Yeah, Steph
He's
is.
kind of a hybrid, but because when you think of point guards, I mean, you think of his scoring before you think of his passing. So
That's who point guards is today. Steph is in there.
Okay, complete package.
Yeah, just complete. Yeah, we'll leave Steph
Can
as
we-
PG.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You go first, Dub.
Magic, Steph, Isaiah Thomas, and then I'll go
Don't
with
get
Oscar
nasty.
Robertson and Chris Paul.
You guys it's yeah, what is this criteria based off of? I'm curious.
What you're asking? Why I put Oscar Robertson?
Is this like preference or is this like start a franchise with, which is also preference?
It's always start a franchise with.
It's no way CP3's ever in my top 5 for point guards.
He'll
That's
always
fine.
be
Go
in my
ahead.
top
Who's
5.
your list?
I'm gonna go LeBron at 1.
Stop,
That's fair.
Shaq. Stop, Shaq.
Yeah,
Leave
is
him
LeBron
alone.
James
Go
a
ahead.
point guard?
He could be a point guard. Yes, it's a
Okay.
tricky conversation.
Wait. What? You said
It's a
LeBron?
nuance.
We're not
It's a little
doing that.
context bending for sure.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure.
It's a
But
context
go on,
bend.
go on.
Dub,
I gotta
Dub,
hear it.
Dub,
I gotta hear the list.
Yeah, Dub, don't even go down that path.
I'm going LeBron, Steph, Magic. When we get to 4 or 5, I really like Isaiah Thomas. I like John Stockton, but if I'm starting a team, I'm gonna go John Stockton at 5. And then at 6, I'm probably going Jason Kidd. I love Jason Kidd.
That's amazing.
Go ahead,
That's good. I got Steph 1. I got Jason Kidd 2. I take Isaiah Thomas 3.
Do you just hate Magic Johnson?
Who? Kay Cunningham?
Oh my
Bro.
God.
Yo,
my
that's
God.
real
Oh
bad.
my God.
That's real
Oh my
bad.
God.
What?
That is tough.
I'll go Stockton 4. I'll
Wait,
go
what
Magic
do you
5.
have against
I'll put
against Magic?
Yes. The fact that
the
you have
80s.
Jason Kidd, come on.
The
The
80s.
80s. Man, that is
Was that bad basketball?
Like, come on. But
Don't
yo,
hate that,
can I,
right?
so I got Steph, J Kidd, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, Magic Johnson. I want to say it again
Okay,
for when y'all put it up on the story.
Del, there's only 2. You're cable, right? You're watching TV. There's only 2 things on the television that you could watch because just for whatever reason, everything else
Right.
is out.
I love this question,
there's
by the way. I
only-
don't know where you're going
There's
with
only
it, but I
2
already love it.
things that you could watch. 80s NBA.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
80
Poppy Solo
80s
said that Magic was playing against coke heads.
80s NBA, or are you watching polo where they sit on the horses, play that game?
All right, this is the thing. I'm watching Michael Jordan in the 80s.
Okay, we'll go 70s.
Oh,
Here's
listen.
Dale,
My
here's the
TV's
thing.
My TV's not on.
Dale, you gonna throw it on the ground. Yo, here's the thing,
Right.
Dale. This is why I'm not so mad at your take. Because literally, you guys will say that Muhammad Ali is pound for pound the greatest boxer of all time because of his competition, even though Floyd Mayweather is leaps and bounds, higher IQ, better defense, more tricky. He's a better boxer, technically, than Muhammad
See, the
Ali.
thing with
But
this,
you guys will
I
say
don't know
Muhammad Ali.
boxing, so I know boxing because like when I watch a movie Ali, and then his name is like a big name, so I know how his impact on boxing. That's why he was on that list. But the aura of the sports of boxing and knowing what his rings or how many fights and title bouts, I don't know that. So for the boxing fans, maybe you
No, for
like,
heavyweights, you're saying that
you
Muhammad
see-
Ali is pound for pound the best fighter because he has to knock out heavyweights versus
yeah, I
Floyd.
wouldn't-
It's a
I
lighter,
wouldn't
it's
know. I
a
wouldn't
featherweight,
know. Yeah.
lightweight. Yeah.
As a
So it's
guy-
like he isn't going
guys
up against
like-
just sheer power.
The only thing I can say to that, in his prime, I don't see any heavyweight beating Mike Tyson because
Yeah.
of that.
But you would say
Oh,
Mike
wait,
Tyson
Mike
is a better
Tyson?
boxer than
Oh,
Floyd
no,
too.
no.
So that's to Dale's point with saying Magic
I
played
see
in the
what you're
80s.
saying.
The
see what you're
competition
saying.
just isn't to what it was versus what everybody else had to play against, and that's
But
just a
you're
fact.
comparing. You don't think lightweight to heavyweight is a different comparison, though?
No, I mean, it
Floyd Mayweather's
technically
not
is,
even
but
lightweight.
What is he?
I think it might be
what he is.
light feather.
I don't know what
No,
he
no,
is.
no.
I think he's a few. I think he's a
What is he,
few.
featherweight. I think they're always differentiating between
Maybe
weight
is
classes.
Oh
lightweight.
yeah, I
don't
wouldn't know.
So
I don't know
basically-
boxing
Sometimes
at
it's
all,
welterweight. Some
Yeah. All
But
right.
don't
I
know
still
about-
feel like Magic could dominate in this era.
I like this
You
next.
see, this is the thing. This is the thing that I don't.
Hey, JD,
people
I
don't
didn't hear
give
your
credit.
5.
You want my 5? I got
Yeah.
we'll go Magic, Steph, Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton, J Kidd.
I don't understand why you guys don't think that the older players would be able to adapt. Like, this is the way I picture it. You put them growing up in this era. There's not a doubt in my mind that they could learn the same.
JJ Redick said it best the other day on ESPN.
Yes.
But if you put them growing up in this era, you don't think that they'll be able to be that same player at the same time, add to wherever the league is at.
Bro, I'm not
Magic.
thinking about them growing up, bro.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
such
I-
a,
all I
Magic
could do is
yeah.
all I could do is go for what I see, bro.
Right.
That's all.
All right. This next one comes from YouTube. This is from Drew Jones. He said, with all this Shaq talk the last few episodes, let the panel each build their best team around Shaq.
Fire.
Ever?
Wow.
Ever or just two other max players?
All time, you can build a team around Shaq.
I
And
feel
here's
like
the
we
thing.
should
I
do.
feel
Let's
like
do
you
two
should.
maxes.
I feel like you should.
and two serviceables.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should pick. Yeah, that's how you want to do
Are we
it.
Do
picking
two
straight?
maxes.
Are we picking straight or are we going in order?
I
Are we
mean,
drafting?
That will
Like
take too long.
drafted?
That will take
Right.
too long. Just
I hate that
build-
we don't do drafts anymore.
We could.
I
eventually-
hate it like
we could do
down to
another
my
draft.
core.
We could do another draft soon.
Love
Have
drafts.
you guys done a no ring draft?
Yeah,
I feel like we have.
Oh, okay.
I think you were on the show, Dub.
Yeah, me too.
Or maybe that might have been at the beginning.
No, we
Because-
did one. Drafts came when Dub came, pause.
Yeah.
So,
Around that
so
time.
okay, I'll start.
s-
I'll start because I'm gonna have Kobe at the 2 because I know that worked. I'll take
Mhm.
Kobe at the 2. 2 maxes. I'll take.
I know who your next pick is. It just has to be.
I'll
Wait,
take-
two maxes. The two maxes are already gone.
Yeah, Kobe and Shaq.
Oh, okay. So those
Oh.
have
It has
be the
to
2
fit
maxes.
under a
okay,
salary
so,
cap.
So you can only pick one max to go along with. Okay.
It has
We'll
to
go-
fit under a
we'll
salary
go
cap.
Kobe.
The old Shark cap,
We'll
not
go
these new
Kobe
ones.
at 2.
What is Madden Champ crying about in the chat about?
What he said.
I don't. Who are these people? Question mark. Then he said, "This is disgusting." I don't know what he's referring to. We literally been off that Tom Brady nonsense for a half an hour.
Go ahead.
I'm just creating banter while Jordan thinks.
Kind of a serviceable 4.
Shout out,
who's
I
not-
am so godly.
Y'all just
not
want to
a
just
max player.
y'all just want to just say just straight ahead and not think these max players because I think it will be.
It's not this hard. I'll do
ahead, Shaq.
Kobe and Shaq. I want Clint Capella at the 4. Next to no.
Oh, you're
no.
going off of this era?
I'm picking. I mean, I'm picking anybody.
Okay.
Or
Shout out
Tom,
to Poppy Solo.
Whoever you want.
Thanks for the
Yeah,
sub,
you
brother.
can pick whoever you want. I'm picking Kobe and Shaq. I'm going Rondo at the 1.
Nice.
I
I like
Good
that.
one. Very nice.
I
Very
love that at the 1. Like prime
Very-
Rondo. I need
Of
a
course.
shooter. Give me Peja. Is Peja a max?
Ooh, I'm taking Kyle Korver at my 3
Ew.
for my shooter.
And
So
Peja
nasty.
was an all-star, but I don't think he's like. I think Peja goes. Peja goes.
Taking Kyle
Here she
Korver
goes.
at my 3.
Oh, he said Larry Bird is Joe Ingles. No, it was Matt. Dale, he hates you clearly.
I'm not listening. I can't see the chat. So I think my list is damn near close to being complete.
This Shaq
Yeah.
one is hard.
It's tough.
Hey,
When you have to take into account, like, you can't just have a superstar.
Because if you get all superstars, I would go Steph, Clay, KD, Shaq, and you can put any
Dirk.
person that has ever played in the NBA in that 5th position.
Right.
okay, so
And then you
my
have
five
a
ahead,
similar
Dale.
team.
Go ahead, Dale.
Wait, can I pick someone Shaq pick or no?
You can pick whoever.
different
Yeah,
from-
anyone.
Okay. I got, of course, Shaq does. Your team. Shaq, KD. He's max, right?
Oh, sorry,
Devin Booker's
sorry,
max.
man, champ.
Devin Booker's max, right?
Build it however you want. Build it however you want. Pick
Okay,
D-Book.
Shaq. All right, Shaq, KD, D-Book, point guard, John Stockton, 4-man, Dirk,
Shaq, King.
all
Nice.
shooters.
Nice. Fire. What's yours,
D-Book's
Doug?
technically not a shooter.
I'll
Yeah,
pick it.
well,
I'll
3 out of
pick
4. I
MJ
heard
and
you.
Shaq. CP3 max.
Whatever.
The
just-
max don't matter.
Yeah, it don't
you
matter.
got MJ and Shaq on the team.
It don't
take
matter,
CP3.
but Dub, come on. Like, I don't think there's been a time where CP3 hasn't been max
Yeah.
in his
max
career.
right now.
Jason Kidd. Has Jason Kidd ever been max?
Dub,
course
just
he has.
build the team.
John.
But you have
I'll go with John Stockton that because I can't think of another PG that's not a max. Small forward.
Vince Carter. You like
There's
Vince
plenty
Carter.
of PGs that aren't max.
I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Vince Carter.
I
you
want to
like-
hear the team.
Vince Carter was never a max.
We don't care about the max no more.
I'll go with Vince Carter, and then I'll go with I don't know Dennis.
JD, tell me right now the team you can build around John Morant to win a championship in his entire career.
John Morant, like, I can do as many superstars as I want.
Put him on any team in the league right now. He doesn't win one championship.
Put him on any team in the league right now.
Trade him
Shaq,
for
that's
any
not
player.
Shaq.
Bro, you
Shaq,
could put him
which
on,
team?
you could put him on the Nets right now. You could put him on the Lakers right now. You could probably even put him on the Warriors right now.
Yo, do you see what 4 games would do to people's mentals?
No, but Shaq, up and coming John Morant on those teams is not bad as you may think though.
Yo, John Morant
You know
on
what I'm
the
saying?
Knicks, those are contenders.
Who you trading for? Kimba?
You
said
could get
anywhere,
Kemba out of there.
doesn't
You could
matter.
get Kemba out of there. Sure.
The Knicks will
take
never
Kemba
win a
off the job.
championship with John Morant at their point guard, and Kimba can stay.
That's
Trade him for
fine.
the
Then
for the last.
Bro, how you know how deep that roster is? That's ridiculous. Ja, Kemba,
That's
and
a-
Derrick Rose.
If everybody's healthy, John Morant on the Bucks, they don't win a championship. If everybody in the league is healthy,
That's disgusting. Of course he's winning.
I don't know if they're winning if everyone's healthy, but he's not bad on the Bucks either though, bro.
who's got Giannis is the point guard on the Bucks, in case you guys were wondering.
They have honestly, I watched their game versus Spurs. They have 3-point guards on the Bucks. Giannis, Chris, and Drew just lollydags up and down the court.
Yeah, Drew be in his bag.
You create, I create. So and it works for them.
All right, I
Yeah,
got this.
on the Jazz.
I got this last start bench cut, and this is you're taking these guys today. No prime, none of that. It's today. This is from Mo Sheik in the Discord. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Paul George. I already know.
What's your name is cut?
Jimmy.
Butler's gone.
Jimmy's
What
out
What
here.
is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, Jimmy's
Oh,
gone.
no, what is wrong with you?
No,
Jimmy
what's
Butler's
wrong
gone,
with you
bro.
guys?
Jimmy's
You're not
gone.
seeing what he's doing. What?
Jimmy has to.
What he's doing
Here goes
right
this
now.
Paul
this
George
is
4-game
starting.
nonsense. Do we see what Dame's doing right now? But you don't say he's the worst player. So let's stop with this recency bias.
What you
Jack,
mean?
I don't know.
Bro,
I don't know how fast you've ever dominated a take, but that one just now.
No, because that's not-
talking about.
Because Jimmy's been doing this. He had one.
Thank you,
he
Dale.
had one bad year. He had one bad year because he caught COVID, and you're acting as if he's not. the best
And this Zach LaVine Chicago Bulls COVID take y'all always try to dwindle down is probably one of the worst.
No way.
And,
No way. No way. That's facts. If Zach LaVine didn't get COVID, we don't know where that team would have went. But
I don't even know if he
Jimmy
had COVID.
Butler?
He was in protocols because he went to the strip club.
How isn't Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler's the
he
only
wanted to
guy.
have fun.
Jimmy Butler's the
Right.
only guy that has seen the finals between those three.
Yeah, that's true.
What is that?
I'm not gonna be asterisk guy today.
Jimmy Butler's the only guy where he goes to a different team and they're making the playoffs every single
I've
time.
never seen Jimmy
While
Butler
he's the
not
best
get
player on
zapped
the
out of the.
I've never seen Jason Tatum or Paul George not in the playoffs. So what do you
No,
say?
I said while being the best player on the team.
Okay, are we starting Paul George though?
No, we're not.
That's
Well, you're not about
that's
to tell
the,
me Jimmy Butler's a better point guard. I mean, a better player than
We
Paul
already
George.
know his take on Paul George.
He is better
Jimmy
than
Butler.
Paul. He is better than Paul George.
So
Any team that Jimmy Butler
Oh,
goes
you
to,
think that
when
Jimmy
he's the
Butler,
best player, when he is the best player on that team,
Miami would trade Jimmy for Paul George, but the Clippers would say no.
they would not trade him. They would not trade him. They wouldn't give him all that money just to trade him.
Jimmy Butler has to be in a really good situation. I kind of view him as like
No,
a
I
Westbrook
like
with
Jimmy.
these trades.
I like Jimmy a lot, but I think Jason Tatum and Paul George is better.
Jimmy's
like Jimmy,
untradeable.
Y'all think
Jimmy
there's-
is untradeable.
He's not untradeable.
Jimmy's
No
untradeable?
superstar. Yeah, he's untradeable because nobody that you receive, you're gonna think, oh, this person is so much better. Tell me the player that you would trade for Jimmy Butler right now.
Nobody.
You're not trading Paul George for Jimmy Butler.
Besides like Kevin Durant or people like that.
Miami would. Miami would do that.
No,
Shaq.
that's
No,
what
they
I'm.
would
That's what
not.
no,
No, they would not. They
the
wouldn't give
team
him all that
receiving
money
Jimmy
to trade
Butler
him.
would feel like they're losing every time.
Oh,
Every
okay,
trade.
Okay, all right. I see what you
The
said.
team that
Well,
receives Jimmy Butler will always feel like they lost.
Not at all.
James Harden
Dude,
for
not
Jimmy
at all.
Butler.
I said that those guys I have James Harden have better than
Damian
Jimmy
Lillard,
Butler.
who's playing horribly in these 4 games, and Jimmy Butler, who's playing amazing in these 4 games. Are
still-
you trading that?
I
You're not
would trade
trading
that.
Damian Lillard.
I would trade that.
Miami,
no.
no. Miami
wait,
would
time
say
out,
yes,
time out.
but Portland would be like, no.
Time out because
He don't get what you're trying to say, Shaq.
no.
There
Time
was
out
no
because,
way.
because if we're
Uh,
talking about getting Damian Lillard for Jimmy Butler, I don't think we don't really need Damian Lillard. So I don't even know why we're
What?
really making a trade. We don't need.
What?
We have Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero. We got guards already. Why do we need? Why do we
Yo,
need
yo,
Damian Lillard?
it's
Why
like
do
you've
we need
only
him?
ever seen these 4 games ever. Like you've
It's
never
not.
seen.
We
any
don't
of the
need.
game.
We don't because who we're
Man,
gonna
if you
replace
don't
Jimmy
put
Butler
Kyle
with?
Lowry on the bench,
But who we're gonna replace Jimmy Butler with?
So you
Duncan
don't think Pat
Robinson?
Riley's doing that trade?
No.
Dub, come on, Dub. You're not that mad.
If we're getting another 3 as in a Kevin Durant or LeBron James, yeah, I think he would. But we're getting Damian Lillard where all right, who we're
So
replacing?
it has
Who we're
to be Dame
replacing?
and KD for Jimmy Butler.
No. Who
Is
are
that
we?
what you're saying?
No. Understand this. Who are we gonna
Oh.
replace? Who are we gonna replace our small forward position with? Because we have nobody besides Jimmy Butler.
But
I'm
Jimmy
sure
starts
Pat.
at the 2. Jimmy starts at the 2.
No, he doesn't.
Doesn't Duncan Robinson
Was he start at the 3?
No,
Doesn't Duncan start at the 3?
Duncan's the 2.
Well, then where's Jimmy?
Dub,
The 3.
Dub, who else are you taking over? Like
Wait,
this is
Dub, are you a
nasty.
Miami fan?
Bro, what? What are
You
you
think
talking
Duncan
about?
Robinson starts at the 2 or the 3?
Duncan Robinson starts at the 2. What are you talking about?
He doesn't start at the 3. I thought
He
was the
does.
3 this
He
whole
starts
time.
at the 2.
No, Jimmy's the 3.
I think they're the same. Duncan is taller than him too, so I think they're the exact. Okay, I guess Jimmy's more versatile on defense.
Now,
That's why.
Shaq, when you talking about Damian Lillard and Jimmy Butler, I'm not saying that Dame is not a better player than Jimmy Butler. He is. I'm just saying when it comes to Jimmy being on that team, I just think that Jimmy's just more valuable on that team right now.
You don't
than-
think that Pat Riley would trade Jimmy Butler for Damian Lillard and figure the
Unless-
rest out later?
unless we
Unless
get guys,
nothing.
unless we have guys to replace Jimmy Butler, I don't think he wouldn't do that unless we have viable replacements.
Would he
Bro,
trade
listen.
Luka Doncic for Jimmy Butler?
I would trade that, yeah. Because
So
Luka,
Dame no, but Luka, yes.
I think Luka could play the 3.
Would you? Okay, so who's better in your eyes, Trey or Luka?
Oh, Luka, I've always told you it was Luka.
By leaps and bounds, correct?
I could see where the debate could be made. But I mean, when we look at what everybody says, everybody always regards Luka as the top 10 player, and Trae Young is never in that conversation.
I feel like that's a media-driven thing.
It could be
No.
a media-driven thing. I could see your points when you talk about
It's
Trae Young
not.
and everything. I could see your points when it comes to Trae Young and Luka Doncic. I definitely could. It's just me. I would much prefer Luka Doncic.
Based off of first-round exits, but we're not getting on that. So would you trade Trey Young for Jimmy Butler?
No. I mean, would I trade? You mean would I trade Jimmy Butler for Trae Young? No,
Yeah,
I would
like,
not. No, I would not.
Would you trade Zach LaVine for Jimmy Butler?
No. And I'm gonna go to your point. Camaraderie.
Uh-huh.
Camaraderie.
So you're in Pat Riley's shoes right now, and you're All
If
right,
I'm
I'm
in
just
I'm
asking
in Pat Riley's
questions.
shoes right now, I don't
He's
need to.
fired. He's fired.
If I'm in Pat Riley's shoes, don't need to make any changes. We have a team that's been together for years. We already have a good level of chemistry between each other. We have dogs on the court. There's no reason I'm not gonna. What do I have? What else do I have to do? I don't have to. I
I
did everything
mean,
I had to do.
I'm not mad at the take.
this is I hate this take. I don't know
not
who
mad
you
at
think Jimmy Butler is.
The
I
way I
like
look at
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler.
the
Butler,
chemistry thing makes sense.
the way I look at Jimmy Butler, the fact how important he is to that team, and from a leadership aspect.
Is it like
And
Clay
just-
with the Warriors? That's
is
how
it
you
like
look at
that?
it?
What do you mean?
Would you trade
Like-
Clay for Jimmy Butler? Like straight up right now?
No,
Hmm.
I would not. The leadership that comes with Jimmy
A
Butler, the
100%
impact.
healthy Clay. You're not trading him for this Miami team for Jimmy Butler?
No.
And that's all,
Oh.
folks. We'll see you next week.
No, bro, because it's like the leadership that comes with Jimmy Butler, the effect he has on those young guys around him, the older brother role he holds to those guys just makes everybody play together. I don't see a Paul George having that same impact. I don't see a James.
So
Jason
then what
Tatum
happened
having that
last
same
year when they
impact.
got zapped out? It must have been a
Do what?
lot of older brothers that had camaraderie in that playoff series last
He
year.
said-
Because I've seen a lot of teams advance and I've seen a lot of teams go home.
Bro, as
I
I
get it.
said,
You think-
I
you
keep
think
saying the
Jimmy's a
same
better
thing.
leader.
Yeah, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. We was not in rhythm. We had injuries. We had COVID. We had G League players playing with us. With the starting
W
five,
and COVID.
the starting five.
That's
listen,
like
the
It's
COVID
a
hit
crutch.
almost. COVID
a
hit
bonus spot.
COVID
Like,
almost hit the whole entire team last year, and we just, bro, the starting five barely played with each other last year. There was a bunch of
I'm
G
just letting you
League
know,
players.
your COVID is like in Uno, the wild card. Like you bring that up like it was the like, whew.
Because
You
have
really
to,
ride that one.
you have to consider the time that they spent playing with each other, and that they didn't spend a lot of time playing with each other last year. They
Okay,
didn't.
okay, I'll give you that. So name me your top four, because we don't have to go 5 and 3 is not enough. Your top 4 leaders in the NBA.
Braun is Braun. I never thought about this question, but Braun is definitely number one.
Great
Jimmy-
question.
That is a great question.
Chris Paul.
I think I might Chris Paul. Yes, I might have to get back to you on that, Shaq, because I need to think about that. It's definitely
Would
Braun,
you say
Chris Paul.
Steph?
Can we agree that Jimmy's not on that list?
Jimmy is definitely on that
Oh
list.
my God. Okay, we're leaving.
Who else? Who else is gonna be up there? Who else is gonna be up there?
Shaq and Dub. Before y'all
I feel like Draymond.
I think
What I
Draymond's
want-
more of a leader than Steph Curry.
I'm with you there.
because
Yeah,
he's louder.
I mean, he gets the guy. I mean,
Yeah, he gets the guy.
I'm basing this off of the Jimmy Butler leadership type.
I
What
don't
about
think
Dub
he's
holds
what
so
about
near and
Donovan?
dear.
What about Donovan Mitchell, Dub?
Oh no, he's not. Yeah, Jimmy Butler's better than Donovan Mitchell as a leader. What's wrong with that?
Bro, Jimmy
I
Butler's
agree
I
with
don't
not on
hate
this
that.
list.
I
I don't
agree
hate.
with
I don't hate that. I
How-
feel like
who-
I feel
who
like
named
Jimmy-
me-
list.
You name me one guy besides LeBron, Chris Paul. I mean, if
for
you
me,
want to
Jimmy's top
Draymond,
5 for sure.
yes,
For sure, he is. But I feel like I'm trading talent for leadership in some situations.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I
What?
think leadership.
Are you trading? Okay, are you trading Kawhi Leonard for Jimmy Butler?
So you're about to
would.
trade talent for leadership right now.
because with Kawhi Leonard, it's just Kawhi. I think
It's
Kawhi.
tough
is-
right now.
I
'cause
think
you're
Kawhi.
about
I
to.
think Kawhi is a pretty good leader. And the way I'm looking at Kawhi
but do you
Leonard,
think they'll get
he's-
to the finals?
he's Jimmy
He's not a
Butler.
big brother.
Kawhi Leonard is Jimmy Butler on steroids. That's what Kawhi
What,
Leonard is.
what leader is Kawhi though?
I think Kawhi is. You can't say that Kawhi is not a leader. He's not the
Why
leader.
not?
So would
that-
you say
He's
so?
not the Kawhi Leonard is. Kawhi Leonard is not a leader.
He's
like
not a
Jimmy Butler,
vocal
but
leader.
He's not a vocal leader. He's not
So
the
he just
guy.
plays basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
So
He's-
would you consider
he said-
Kevin Durant a leader?
Kawhi is more of a
Not
leader
to
than
the-
Jimmy Butler.
Not to the extent, not to the extent as like a Chris Paul, LeBron James, or Jimmy Butler.
I don't
I'm
think-
talking about to the
Nah,
extent
y'all
of
are
Kawhi
nasty.
Leonard.
I don't
Is he a
think
leader?
KD. I don't think
Yes, to the
KD's like.
extent of a Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, I'll say that for KD.
I
It's
can't. I can't
leaders
see
in the league.
KD as like a mentor. don't see him as like a mentor.
I don't see KD as a leader. I see KD as a great player who could fit into any system, but I believe that leadership.
Only reason I brought KD and
Is KD more of a leader?
Stuff.
Is KD more of a leader or a follower?
Interesting.
I think he's just in his own lane, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, I think KD is just like that mellow guy. It's like a Jason Tatum where he's just that mellow guy. He won't feel like stepping on people's shoes. And, you know, he's just that mellow guy. I don't think he's a follower.
Giannis is number one. I think Giannis, CP3, LeBron,
Giannis
Jimmy
is a good leader too.
I think Drew Holiday is the leader of that team, but that's just me.
There's no way Drew Holiday is the leader of that team.
You're high on Drew Holiday so much.
Okay.
And I feel like Dame is also a leader.
Dame is, but I give it.
Why is it not Drew Holiday? Let me just ask this question real quick.
It's no way that Drew Holiday is the leader of that team.
Just tell me
PJ
why
Tucker
not.
was more the leader of the team than Drew Holiday was.
Giannis was the guy yelling. Giannis was the guy yelling at everybody when they was down 2-0, not Drew Holiday.
You seen Giannis yell one time?
No, there's
one
plenty
replay.
of
literally one replay. He's talking about one replay.
It's one more than Holiday. It's one more than Drew. I've never seen Drew. How does Drew lead on that team?
I just think he's the leader, honestly. It just like when you say Drew Holiday, I just feel like, yeah, since I got here, we won chips. I'm the leader. Honestly, that's my take, and that's it. Drew comes, we win the championship.
The face he's making is hilarious.
We gotta.
I don't agree with that at all.
We gotta get out.
Shaq doesn't hate that take, but he just has nothing to say about it.
I don't hate the take, but it's no way that I'm just randomly looking at that group after watching games and never seeing nothing off the court and saying that guy right there is your leader.
Well, y'all said for Giannis, I'm just saying it for Drew. It's the same thing.
How is it?
We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out.
Wait, how is it the same? Wait, hold up. Wait,
is Anthony Davis the leader of the Lakers right now?
No, I think
this is what Mop_Rail said.
So AD's not the leader of the Lakers.
Maybe it's Westbrook. I don't know.
Chips.
I would say Westbrook could be a better leader than Anthony Davis.
I mean, now I'm not mad at saying potentially Russ being.
I said that you're not gonna say that AD is the leader of that team, but as soon as AD went there, they won a championship.
LeBron was hurt, right?
No.
You're never gonna say no one's the leader on the team but LeBron James. Honestly, truly, the team elevated.
By your logic,
my logic is the team elevated to the championship.
Okay.
When everybody was there, when Drew Holiday got
I don't like this.
The Lakers were hurt because of LeBron James, right? Then AD got there. Both of them there together, healthy. Boom. If LeBron wasn't there, they would have been the exact same place. Nowhere.
So how do you say Drew Holiday is the leader, but Draymond Green isn't?
What has Drew Holiday done that made you be like, yo, he's a leader? He's the leader of that team more than Giannis.
I just like Drew.
Can we be done with this?
Yeah, I just like Drew. And I'm
Jordan, don't be the guy in the comments.
And Jay,
you're not gonna get him off of this.
And I'm not on the mindset of the best players has to be the leaders. I'm not on that mindset. I don't even know who the leader of the Brooklyn Nets is, to be honest. I have no idea. I don't see so.
And that's why they can't win right now. Well, clearly, I would think
with the Lakers, you know LeBron and know when he comes back, he'll control the dynamic. So with Chris Paul with that feel. I feel
like DeAndre Jordan was the leader last year.
That's fine. I don't get that feel from.
I'm so serious.
Okay, I don't get that feel from a Giannis. I think when they're in the locker room, Giannis is probably talking. Drew Holiday got his voice. Chris Middleton got his voice. A collective unit. So I could be like, oh, Drew could be the leader, but I could never say Drew's the leader on a team with Chris Paul, LeBron, those dominant leaders that I know they control the whole fabric of the game. And I don't think Giannis playing well, he controls the fabric, but playing well or not, I think Chris Paul and LeBron James, I'm controlling this. I don't think
so.
Giannis
Then Drew Holiday is a top 5 leader in the NBA.
That's fine. Okay.
This is for
Jay,
the viewers. That's all.
I gave up on it. I gave up on it when he said, "Cause I like Drew Holiday." When this is the thing that when you like something, it's just so hard to get you off of it. So it's like
Well, no, it's not. It's not really because Shaq is. I have to think of some stuff Shaq got me. But y'all points don't be that valid for me to agree with. Like y'all don't be saying nothing. Be like, oh, I should switch and go to that. Literally, y'all. It don't.
But when I asked you, when I asked you, well, what does Drew Holiday do that makes you think he's a leader? You haven't answered that question.
I said when he got there, they won the championship. I said that.
Bro, but you could do that for a lot of players, like AD. When AD got there, he won a championship, so he's the leader. You could do that for a lot.
No, he's on a team with LeBron James. I already said that.
Now,
I already said that.
Garb the Fist has said the irony from Dub.
What's the irony about?
Yeah, you literally just argued Jimmy Butler up and down the wall, and it was just as nasty as what Dell's doing right now with Drew Holiday. It was way nastier.
Jimmy Butler, there's nobody on that team that you can sit here and say they lead.
Yeah, that's fine. You can say he's a leader, but you're saying he's a top 4 leader in the NBA. That's why.
There's nobody else better.
And to be God honest, though,
he might be one.
Not for nothing. No. Kyle Lowry is not a bad leader. Also,
because of what?
Okay, we can't sit here and debate this forever anymore.
No, because Mo, when
Kyle
we're
Lowry
looking
was the leader of that Raptors team.
when we're
No, he
looking
wasn't. No, he wasn't. Just because you're the point guard doesn't mean you're the leader. No.
Wow,
Kyle Lowry was low-key shook it. If Kyle Lowry was such the leader, then why didn't they win? It took Kawhi to come there and properly lead them.
Oh, and Dub, you said that's a fact too, right?
That is a fact.
So why doesn't that work for Drew Holiday? Ding dong.
What you mean? What are you talking about?
Ding
Why doesn't that
dong.
work? Why doesn't that work for Drew Holiday?
When Drew Holiday went to Milwaukee, they won the championship.
Who else randomly went to Milwaukee that year?
When Kawhi Leonard went to the Raptors, he's the guy setting the tone for everybody, not Kyle Lowry.
No. He's the best player. We just said it doesn't have to be the best player to be the leader.
What was Kyle Lowry doing? Like what was Kyle Lowry doing?
He was an all-star.
What was he doing to his team to make you be like, yo, yeah, he's the leader of that team?
Listen, you think I'm the only one in this circle of the universe think Kyle Lowry was the leader of that team? The unspoken leader of that team, the leader of that team, the one that made them go, other than
I would like
Kawhi
to hear your points. I would like to hear your points.
I don't.
Uh-huh.
I just would like to hear your points. I'm not hearing it. The same way you said we're not compelling you.
We've been done 15 minutes.
Listen, yo, Dub, this is the thing. This is what y'all don't understand. And I'm gonna say it, and JD could go on. When I say what I say, I don't care if y'all change your mind or not. That's the difference. I've never said go jump on the train with me or ever say Dub, you're hard-headed or stubborn. Either me and Shaq go back and forth. I can't believe he believes that, but I never asked Shaq ever in the entirety of this show to change his mind.
Jay, we'll leave it at that.
Thank God. All right. Final words, Dub.
Y'all stay safe. Have a good weekend tonight, and don't drink too much.
Dale.
Yo, Dub, were you looking in the mirror when you said that?
A little bit.
Love is love, everybody. Holla. Yo, Dub, I'm gonna hit you up for that. Talk about that later.
I got you.
All right.
Yeah.
You took a little break. You took a little break. It surprised me.
Yeah, I got you, too.
Jack.
Got you.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Can't wait to see you guys on the next show.
Please, please, please make sure if you're going to celebrate this weekend, you have a designated driver or you just use one of those rideshare apps. Please don't drink and drive. I promise you it's not worth it. And it's one of the stupidest things in the world that you could ever do. And you're actually, honestly, a shitty person if you do it. So I'll say it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. We'll see you in a few days. Peace out.
Peace out. Love is love.